for now.
Ambassador Noir.
So if you're logged in, make sure you open up the notes.
I have my notes. I put them somewhere.
But in game, there's a notes button, and I started one called "The Story So Far."
Oh, awesome!
I made it public, so you should be able to get in there, and anybody can edit and add to it.
Ben was like, "Who's going to be the note taker?" I was like, "Her name's Amanda, and she's not here yet."
I take decent notes in my own sticky note situation.
You're addicted to notes now. I love it.
I have a problem.
You're like, no, you're not. You don't have a problem. You're a DM. Like, you're a DM's favorite player because like you're gonna write it down and we'll be like, "That's right. That's what I said."
And it's like the way my memory works is like if I just have like a little bullet point, I can read that and be like, "This is what that was about." Okay, cool. And it's like all of it comes back, but I just have to have like the right term for the little sentence, and then my sticky note color coded organization. It's a system.
It's a good system.
All right.
Wait, Lucas is here. Lucas.
Yep. Lucas.
I think he
just recording.
Yeah, he said yeah.
All right.
Okay, never mind. So, is there anyone who has anything they'd like to do to prepare to go to the ambassadors?
I do vote if we could possibly do a little bit of research on them. Like I know that we know about their like lich type people are normal. They're not like evil liches, but they're like not like our favorite people in the world.
If we could
Everyone
reach
has
out to
something to
Chiskisk and just kind of get the lowdown on this.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will say that one or multiple of you reach out to Chiskisk, and he's going to give you a nice boost to your culture check to see if you can determine any information about the Eoxian ambassador.
Well,
So
my
anyone
culture
who's
check is
trying to
shit.
collect, who was collecting information, can you just make me a culture check?
All right.
Who's the brains of this operation?
Or we can actually try something slightly different.
How do I?
I can't click and drag my thing to roll it.
Let me see if I can do
That's
this.
a script error.
Yeah, that's what mine keeps saying. I didn't get an update before, so maybe that's why.
You might have to update it.
Yeah, I might have to update to roll. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I
Mine's
completely lost track.
smooth.
I'm
Good.
sorry.
Okay, I got a 3 plus. I got a 4.
I got an 18 plus nothing, so it's 18.
I already rolled this.
You did. Okay, so can you guys see if I do this?
You can see you rolled a whole bunch of dice, but we can't see what they are.
Okay. So I actually there's a party sheet that I can just like select a skill check, and it'll roll it automatically for you guys.
Oh, that's cool.
But
so you can see the results, but we can't, and so then we just kind of have to go with what you say. So we're not like, oh, what kind of good.
Well, it's cool because he can be like, hey, Core, you know this little piece of information.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah, so it's supposed to, like, I click show. Okay, maybe. There we go. How do you guys see it?
No, I just saw the invisible
I
dice.
see the shadows of it being rolled.
We just know you're up to nothing or no good. To nothing.
Well, it has a little button that says, there's a button next to it that says hide roll results and show roll results. But when I selected show, it still didn't show them. I'll figure it out later. Anyway, so Corey, you are able to determine that Ambassador Noor has, I'll repeat what was told everybody else. The Elibrians are the dominant species on Eox. They are humanoid undead, and they were basically forcefully converted into undead to survive some awful apocalyptic event on Eox some centuries ago. So, Eox is essentially an undead planet. There are living creatures there on the planet as well, but it's largely run and controlled by Eox, or by the undead Elibrians. They are potentially unsettling. Some people don't necessarily trust them, but they are full Pact World citizens. And you are able to dig up enough information to know that Ambassador Noor is the head of EOX's diplomatic delegation to the Pact Council. So he's not just an ambassador, he is the ambassador. So, you don't know for sure what sort of station he holds within Eoxian society, but being the ambassador to Absalom Station would be the equivalent of, like, I don't know, I'll say a British diplomat being the ambassador to the United States. It may not be the highest level of government for the planet, but it's certainly someone with a high level of responsibility and clout within the government. So that's what you're able to find out about Ambassador Noor.
And would we know, like, I know he's supposed to be like a neutral party in this, but I mean, just from the information, would he have anything to gain for this going one way or the other?
Technically, you don't know any of that yet.
Okay, cool. That's what we're gonna find out. Fun time.
While you're doing this, you do, because again, it's like doing a Google search because they have this infosphere. You're able to pull up images of the Eoxian embassy, kind of get a feel for, what the place looks like, where it is, all that kind of stuff. And the Eoxian embassy is located in Absalom Station's wealthy Parkside neighborhood, which is in the Eye. Let me see if I can find a quick map of Absalom Station. Yeah. So let me share this one with you. So that's what Absalom Station looks like.
So cool.
The
Oh,
Eye
shit.
is that big dome thing in the middle.
So that's where we're going.
Yep. And actually, the Starfinder Society's offices are also located in the Eye.
Aerodin lives in the poor part of town, wherever that is.
So you see this
Everywhere
the thing
else.
like drilling down towards the bottom of the picture there.
Yeah.
That's called the spike. The
That's
further you
poor
get down
part.
the spike, the poorer it gets.
All right. He lives somewhere in there.
That's
Little apartment.
Yeah, the level 21 crew that you guys were dealing with, or that the other Starfinders dealt with prior to this. They are on level 21 of the spike, which is as you go down. And the downside kings were even further
What
down.
levels are there?
I don't know the exact number, but let's just say hundreds.
Okay.
Where do we live? Let's see. I'm gonna go with level
32.
13.
Ooh.
That works.
Yeah, I like it.
That'd be
It's
like lower.
you know how like the 13th floor isn't supposed to exist and stuff
Yeah.
like that? Yeah, we're going with 13.
Oh, so are you like saying that your
You're
character
homeless?
shouldn't exist?
No,
Not
it's
even
where
an elevator button for you.
people would be like, they'd be like, no, nothing is alive on the 13th floor because it's a bunch of androids.
Aerodin, the 13th floor is just a storage closet.
Yeah, my home. That's where I live.
Here's another picture.
Ooh.
These are just different places.
So they're at Jadambe Park. Is that what you said? It's so pretty there.
Jatembe.
It is not at that park, but it's in one of the nicer areas up there in the Eye of the station.
That's my dream, is to live there. Fancy
And
part of life.
the embassy is decorated in a style reminiscent of traditional Eoxian architecture, which, let's just say, has a certain mausoleum feel to it. Black marble, bone pale limestone, vaulted ceilings, sepulchral furnishings, and
Sounds like the
disconcertingly
Inquisitor sport.
and disconcertingly organic architectural details. So you guys have seen what is it? No. The Thief movie where he's evil but he's still a nice guy. Gru.
Guardians of the
Despicable
Galaxy?
Me.
Oh,
Despicable Me. There we go.
Oh.
I know all the
You said Groot.
cartoons.
I'm like,
No, I said Gru. you remember that scene where there's like the pillars with the guy who's like holding it up and he's slowly being crushed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine that there are some scenes like that worked into the architecture where there are, like, again, oddly organic looking things that have been built into the structure and the decoration.
I did not expect Despicable Me 2 to be mentioned in this campaign.
Well, there you go. I'm glad I could help you out. Okay. So that's what you find out. And unless anybody has any other preparations they'd like to make, then you guys are going to be hopping into transports and heading to the embassy.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Is it like a walk to the embassy, or is this like, do we have to fly to get there, or like?
You'll take ground transport.
Okay, fun.
There are a few like flying transports, but being that it's a space station outside the eye, there's really no sky exactly to fly in. So tends to be a lot of elevators, moving walkways, and just like rickshaw type things to get people around.
So, like in this station, like on the outside of the eye, do you have to constantly wear your helmet to be able to walk around,
No,
or
it's
like
fully
how
enclosed, full atmosphere.
Okay. Just curious how that worked.
But it doesn't. So, like in the eye, is it kind of like I don't know how to describe it.
nicer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just-
nicer, but
They have
on it,
trees.
like it has a sky, right? Instead of just
No, it just looks out in space.
oh
I mean, it has atmosphere, but there's no quote unquote sky.
oh. So
But it feels more like being outside than inside.
oh, okay.
Because they have
If-
trees.
If we were to
Versus the
pin-
rest of the station,
nice-
you feel like you're inside.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm.
Park-like area out in space.
Okay, so it's okay.
if this were New York City, like the eye would be Central Park.
Mm,
And then as you get away from it, it's like, you're still in New York City, but in Central
It's
Park,
nothing
you've
but
got
concrete asphalt buildings.
exactly. And the buildings, like there's, you're in these corridors, so it's maybe 10, 12 feet high. And then you go down a level or you go around a corner. It's just nothing but corridors and buildings and access
Mhm.
doors and rooms. And, so going to the eye just to be able to see space would be considered a luxury.
Is it off limits for everyone?
No,
Oh, okay.
but again, I mean, you can go in there and like walk around and enjoy the scenery. But again, just like so many other places, you could be very out of place depending on where you come from and what you look like.
Mm,
So you get to the embassy. Do you want to ride together, arrive separately?
I mean, the bug
Yeah.
can ride separately.
This one will be with Core.
Okay. So we'll say that in 3-4 different taxis, for lack of a better word, you guys show up outside the embassy, and each of you, the first ones to arrive, wait to get the rest of them there because want to be brought in as a group. And once everybody shows up, and in this case, everyone is there, including Summer. So everyone shows up, and you kind of introduce yourselves for those who haven't already introduced themselves, and begin going to the embassy. There are some guards outside, and they basically ask, may we see your credentials, please? And you first, let's see.
I
I'm gonna-
produce the black invitation with my name on it.
Excellent. And they take it, and they actually, like, there's like a guard station next to them, and there's like a panel, a scanner panel, if you will, that you've seen things like this all around the station. A lot of times it could be, a retinal scanner, it could be a handprint scanner, it could be any number of things like that. Well, this guard, and he's a skeletal guard. He's, literally just a skeleton, wearing an official embassy uniform and whatnot, but totally a skeleton. And he takes the invitation and slides it in front of this machine, and you see just barely within like that. I mean, I can't describe just how deeply black this thing is, but you just see the slightest hint of like some circuitry light up, and it scans, and your face, your name, your occupation, your residency, all that stuff pops up on this screen. He takes a quick look at it, hands it back to you, says you may enter.
Very well.
Damn. They fancy up in here.
And I assume the rest
Aerodin will enter.
of you provide your
Yeah, we'll
invitations.
follow
Yeah.
in suit.
And yet, same thing. Each of you, more information than you might have necessarily felt comfortable, with them knowing shows up. But you're each granted access. And while you do end up walking up to the building proper, and they say, we do have metal detectors here. Should you have anything you wish to declare, please put it in the bins, and we will
Were
slide
we
it through.
supposed to come fully armed?
I did.
I was gonna say that was y'all's choice.
Zoss will place a semi-automatic pistol inside of
I will also put my semi-automatic pistol and my tactical star knife in the bin.
I'll put all my,
And,
I guess.
and then Aerodin will look up at the people and say, rough neighborhood.
We understand. The ambassador made it clear that should you arrive with weapons, you're to be allowed to keep them, but please do declare them.
Oh, yeah, I'll declare them. What do I have? I have a knife and pistol. Yeah.
Okay, so everybody who puts their stuff in the bins and walks through, and again, it's being that this is space, it's more than just a metal detector. It's like a full scanner. So should you be attempting to hide something, it will be found.
Okay, so how does my weapon work? My Black Abyss.
You
What is it called?
manifest that thing.
So it's like I don't actually have to have it on me, right? Like
Nope.
it's kind of like a warlock weapon, packed weapon.
There is just a small black mote circling your head.
Okay, perfect. That's okay. So I was like, I like the way, but I feel like it's more like a warlock packed weapon where I can have it or not have it whenever needed. So I have to clear that. I'm not going to. See how well that goes.
So as each of you put your weapons in the bins and you walk through, they do a quick scan, and you're allowed further entrance. Eden?
Yeah, I know. I know you already described that they'll find it, but I'll still keep the laser pistol in the boot.
Okay.
I don't want to declare that.
Okay. So you go through, they do the scan. They're like, excuse me, it would appear that you have an undeclared weapon. We do ask that you declare all weapons. Again, you have been granted permission to carry them with you, but as a courtesy, we would like you to declare what you have brought.
All right, okay. I have a weapon on me in my boot. I declare that. Have a nice day.
And they just kind of look at you, shake their heads a little bit, and let you carry on through. Everybody picks up the weapons that they, put in the bins and were scanned separately. And you are now walking down these hallways. And again, there is more space in this embassy than any of you are used to having anywhere on Absalom Station. It's like, these aren't corridors. These aren't, jam-packed apartments. No, this is a cathedral-like building. And just the fact that it has so much open space is a testament to the power and the influence of the people who possess it.
People got a lot of space in space.
So, ignoring that, you finally get shown to essentially a receptionist desk. And I haven't been doing the skeletal voices, but this is what the necrovites or the skeletons actually sound like. Hello. The ambassador is expecting you. Please follow me.
I really thought you were gonna like start screaming or something for a second there, so that was way better. Way more creepy too.
Well, you have to imagine that it's a skeleton. They have
Yeah,
no
they
vocal
don't-
cords.
They don't
it's
have the
like
wind
this-
in the pipe.
It's like this, this whisper coming from the grave is somehow magically manifesting itself out of their mouths.
I kind of shift uncomfortably, and then I will follow the skeletal.
And I can't do
Whispers.
the clicking and clacking the way it would really function, because as they move their jaws, their teeth actually like smack together and clack.
That's just creepy. It's all coming together now. I
It
don't want
helps just picture them naked.
It's just it's worse. It's worse.
Hang on a second.
I don't bring up a picture of them naked. Please don't bring up a picture of them naked. Please don't put a picture of them naked.
Sorry, I've got to find something really quick.
Oh,
As you guys are being escorted to the ambassador's office, then those of you who decide that you're picturing these guys naked, see that.
Do I even want to click this picture?
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, it's naked.
Okay.
Like I said, it is literally a skeleton just wearing some clothes.
How do
So
they?
creepy.
This is an odd question, but I am genuinely interested. How do they reproduce? Do they reproduce asexually, or do they just
don't.
bite someone? So there's a
They're
Oh,
dead, so they just live forever, right? Like what's there is there.
Basically, like
they just make more.
their world ended and it was re-risen by necromancers, and that's the state their world has existed in ever.
okay. So there's a finite number of them.
Yes and no.
Maybe.
They were converted into these undead Alebrians. They can still do that. The Alebrians are kind of like the upper crust of Eox, so they don't do it very often. And again, since they're practically immortal, there's not much demand for more of them, but that is a reward for members of Eoxian society who perform well over many centuries, is that they may get elevated beyond simple undeadness like skeleton, zombie, whatever, into something better.
Is something wrong? You all have this strange look on your faces.
Just thinking about stuff. Just looking at the skeletons is really, really nice to look at. Just a lot of stuff is going through my head.
And at this whole time, the skeleton is basically paying no attention to you, just making sure you're following him. And he leads you up a grand staircase to the next level and out to a large hallway, big, black marble doors that once he finds, he gets next to one of them, pushes a button, the black panels just slide aside, and you walk into an office, and the office is again high ceilings, sparsely decorated, but with large windows that look out onto the eye, but in a direction out towards space. So it'd be kind of like, looking at the skyline of New York, but out towards the ocean. And behind the large desk stands a creature very elegantly dressed. And as he turns around, you see the image that I've already shared a couple of times. And he turns around and says, "Greetings." Sorry, that's not what he says. He says, "Greetings.
I like to be first.
Please take a seat." And there are enough seats for each of you. They're not instead of
Arrogant
being
sits.
instead of being spaced around his desk, they're at a small conference table to the side of the room. And he guides each of you into a chair, and he takes the chair at the head of the table. And he sits. And he says, and you should be able to see this in the chat
Oh,
box. "Thank you for agreeing to meet with me. I'm certain you're aware of the recent interest in the prospecting ship Acreon and the asteroid being referred to as the Drift Rock. And I believe you're also acquainted with the dispute between Astral Extractions and the Hardscrabble Collective over both the ship and the asteroid. Both parties are currently awaiting legal arbitration, but the wheels of justice often turn quite slowly. As a result, I have offered my services as a mediator in hopes of finding a solution that is equitable to both factions. The first step in this, of course, is learning the specifics of the opposing claims. Reports of your recent endeavors in dealing with some of Absalom Station's most notorious gangs have led me to believe that the Starfinders might be useful in this undertaking as well. Each of you was recommended by Chizkisk as possessing the skills and abilities that would seem to be necessary for this task. Many of you are also relatively new to the station. In short, you're perfectly positioned as neutral third parties that can cut through all the red tape surrounding this issue and get to the heart of the matter. I would like each of you to go to the Acreon, find out precisely what happened to its crew, and ascertain the value of its asteroid cargo, as well as determine whether this drift rock is truly as mysterious as the media reports make it out to be. Does this proposition interest you?
Sounds doable. What do we get out of it?
Well, certainly, as contractors, I would not expect you to do this for nothing. I am prepared to offer you 600 credits each for completing this assignment.
Might I ask why you wanted to hire us instead of send some of your own truly capable people?
As I said, I need neutral third parties, while I myself am acting as an intermediary for the arbitration. I cannot overly involve the official resources of the Eoxian government. This is not an official task or assignment from my government. It is something I am taking on as a concerned citizen of Babylon Station, or Absalom Station.
Can I insight check him?
You are
Yeah.
absolutely free to insight check him.
That sounds really sus.
Under sense motive.
Yep.
Sense motive.
Sense
He
motive.
is clearly communicating what he means to.
Okay. I still can't roll, but I can roll a 20 and then add a -1. How's a 10?
I got
Wait.
7.
So
Okay, now neither of those seem to
Is
have any
it-
sort of bonus. Do you guys have a bonus to your insight?
well,
Or
I
to
just
your
had to roll a
sense
20
motive?
because it's not letting me move it over for some reason. It's giving me an error. But with the sense motive, do you do the -1 or the total plus? So it's on the total,
On the
right?
far right-hand side.
Yeah, so if you
Oh. Ha! I was clicking the blue ball. Look at that!
Like
Natural
that.
20!
there you go.
Nice.
Oh, I did it. 13.
Look at us. I thought it was the blue bubble. It's the little red die.
I
Okay,
thought I was
lesson learned.
working on it. Oh well.
Okay. So
Sense all of his motives. Haha.
what you notice is that, I mean, you know he's the ambassador to Eox. That by definition makes him a politician.
Yes.
He's a very high-ranking ambassador, so you must think he must be a very good politician.
Well,
You can't really read him.
'cause he has no facial expressions. He's a skeleton.
You think it's possible he might have some personal interest, but nothing he said has struck you as being false.
Yeah.
And you can tell he is not put off by any questions you asked so far. So you think he's receptive to questions.
So when he answered, he said something along the lines of, well, I needed a true third party. So that kind of, to me, seems like there is involvement in some way for him. Am I taking that wrong? Like, he's not, because he's like, well, I need a true neutral third party to investigate. Like, so
I would
feel-
encourage you to ask the questions that those comments have prompted.
Okay, I'm trying to think of how to ask.
Is there anything in particular on board the Acheron that we should be looking for? Any sort of flash drive or corpses? Something you wouldn't want the public's eye to be aware of?
And you, let's see, let me find that picture one more time. Where'd it go? Okay, he's got just enough like skin and other, things covering his frame. He's not truly skeletal. That you think you pick up just the hint of a smile as you ask that question. And he says, in regards to the drift rock and the whereabouts of the crew, you should definitely be on the lookout for any type of information, files, recordings, anything else that might give you a hint as to what happened. But I sense you're asking a slightly deeper question. And yes, there is one thing that I would like for you to find and return to me. The Acreon, given its traveling path, took on a task for me personally to transport some cargo. I will admit that is part of the reason that I have chosen to involve myself here. I am curious if my cargo is still safe aboard the ship. So, if you don't
What was your
care,
cargo?
while you're on board and investigating, I was expecting a package. With the ship having been quarantined, the package has been undeliverable, and I have been eagerly awaiting it. I would consider it a personal favor if you could return it to me when you return to the station. It is clearly marked, so it should not be difficult for you to find.
What is in this package that is so personal to you?
Well, as you say, it is a personal item. However, I can assure you that it contains no contraband, there are no
Sorry, be right back.
illegalities involved in its transport. It is simply my personal property that I wish to have returned.
I would like to try and sense motive on that one. If we're going to be sneaking cargo out of this quarantine ship.
Mm-hmm.
18?
Oh, plus 10? What?
You
Oh, come on.
get the sense that he's telling you the truth, that it's
All right.
personal cargo, and he actually has not asked you to sneak it off the ship. He's just asking you to retrieve it.
Right.
Likely story.
I, of course,
I have not
will make this small personal request worth your time. I am willing to offer each of you an additional 500 credits if you return my property to me. If it puts you at ease at all, as you will be serving as neutral investigators of the ship and the circumstances around this event, I will of course be sending recording bots with you that will observe what you find, record it for use in the arbitration discussions. There is no secretness, no stealth required in these things.
These bots are. The feed they're providing is being recorded, not broadcast live.
it would be difficult to arrange a live broadcast coming back from the Acreon where it is stationed. It would take a large audiovisual transmitter of some kind that I do not believe the Acreon is set up with, and it honestly is not worth the time to try to make that arrangement. You would have to spend several hours arranging a video relay of some kind once you got to the ship, which would be time better spent investigating what happened.
Indeed, indeed.
And you guys know that there are, you don't necessarily have to send a cameraman. We have
Right.
drones. These guys have like small recording bots, and he could send a dozen of them if you feel like it to, record and do things.
Mostly just
It's
wondering,
like
like, if he's going to be watching our every move as we're making it, kind of. Or if he watches it after the fact, that's totally fine. It's
Yeah.
just a little
No,
more off-putting if he watches.
No, he is. I mean, and I won't do his voice, but basically, he describes that he is trying to establish an objective record that can be used in his arbitration efforts, and
Something
that
he
objective
can
record
record.
needs to be: what did you find on the ship? What was the condition of things? So on and so forth.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, that sounds. I mean, was there any other questions we had, or any other important information you may feel that's necessary for us to proceed?
If you are satisfied with the terms of both your payment and have no more questions about the mission, then I believe that we have come to an equitable agreement. I have already arranged with station security to provide you with transport to the Acreon. There is a small security shuttle that has been prepared for you. And as this is a matter of most interest to so many people around the station, I suggest we move on and get you to the ship as soon as you are ready to travel.
I'm gonna look to everyone else. Is there anything we think we need to do before we take this on? Bathroom breaks.
I need to pick up a
lunch
gun
break.
from the apartment.
You left your gun in the apartment? Why would you do that?
It's a very large gun.
I know it is a large gun, but still, leaving a gun in your apartment. Oh.
Okay, so I guess we could go do that trip, make sure we're all set, and then
Get back within the hour.
yeah. I mean, realistically, how long does it take to get to his apartment back? Is that hour?
Yeah,
Like
I mean, you can
hour?
take an hour and prepare yourselves.
Yeah.
And basically, the ambassador just tells you that you can all meet at Security Station 17. That's where the shuttle has been prepared.
Okay, so yeah, we can go get his gun, just make sure there's nothing we were missing, and then meet at station shuttle 17?
Security station.
Security
7.
Station 17.
Security station. Okay.
Ambassador Nor, if you don't mind, there was one more question I had. Does the name Dorville Creel mean anything to you?
Oh, good question.
I am aware that Mr. Creel was killed in a gang shootout, and I believe that is what first led the Starfinders into this particular situation. I do not have any specific knowledge of him beyond that, however.
Thank you for your honesty.
I will arrange to deposit the 600 credits for each of you as soon as you make shipfall at the Acreon. Once you return and make delivery of my personal cargo, I shall deposit the remaining 500 credits for each of you and retrieve the documentation, information, and footage that you find upon the ship. And if I may give you one last piece of advice, I recommend that you focus your investigations on the ship first, before adventuring to this drift rock.
Are they not in the same spot?
Once the asteroid that it was.
Yeah, it's getting towed by the ship.
Yeah,
Uh,
they- they're in-
Oh, I just
they're in
assumed it was
this-
like inside the ship. Sorry.
No, it's
It's
the
big.
asteroid is actually quite a bit bigger than the ship.
Okay. Yeah, in my head, I'm like, okay, it's just like in the storage compartment. They have this shiny, pretty rock everyone's fighting about.
Did he tell us where his personal items would be located on the ship?
His personal stuff,
Yeah.
as far as he knows, it should just be in a cargo bay somewhere.
Okay.
So it should be clearly marked as, destination Eoxian Embassy, Absalom Station.
All right. Arden, if there's anything else, I think it's best you start scuttling along.
Very well. I'll be back quickly.
All right, and so you guys run out and do what you need to do. Gather up any equipment, change clothes, do any of that kind of stuff you feel like you need to do. Take a short bathroom break.
Sauce changes again.
Does anyone need to make a short bathroom break?
I'm good. Let's go.
Okay.
And I'll pull out my gun.
All right. Then everyone meets back up at Security Station 17.
And Aerodin has this huge sniper rifle slung across his back now.
Okay. Now, I do need to look up something about your sniper rifle because something didn't quite sit right with me about how we used it in the test adventure. That's armor.
It's firing imaginary bullets.
Okay, so you have a Sheeran eye rifle, right? That's what you picked up?
Yeah. Because
Okay,
it was the
sniper
cheapest
weapons.
one.
Right, yeah, it's the level 2 one. Okay, so it is unwieldy. So I need to look up what unwieldy does.
Yeah, it's really big.
Oh, yeah.
I looked it up. That's what it means.
Well, yeah, it is, but okay, yeah. You can't use an unwieldy weapon as part of a full attack or any other action in which you would make multiple attacks. You can't
Yeah, it's
attack
just
with
you
it
get
more than
one
once per
shot.
round, and you can't use it to make an opportunity attack. Okay.
Yeah. No, we were using it right.
Okay, just want to be
Yeah,
sure.
because I double checked on it. It's a big gun.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So everybody meets up at Security Station 17, and once you meet up, you are basically transported in a station security to a station security dock, and there is a specially outfitted shuttle waiting for you there. When you arrive, station security, there is an observer bot that is just floating there. It's kind of circling the station, the ship, and once it sees you guys, it kind of zooms in on you, gets a good picture of each of you, and then takes up a trailing position behind you guys and just starts to hover there as you move around. And station security basically says, this is the ship that Ambassador Noor arranged to transport you out to the Acreon. It's the coordinates are already pre-programmed. The trip out there should take you roughly an hour and a half. this is not a drift equipped ship or anything like that, and it's the vessel is quarantined a good distance away from Absalom Station, but it's not like the next planet over or anything. So unless there's anything you guys want to talk to station security about or anything like that, then we'll get you moving towards the ship.
We need to get picked back up. How should we signal that we're done on board?
The Acreon will have communication devices, and you should be able to signal us that you are ready for pickup if you are not able to get the Acreon itself moving again.
Good to hear that the ship's systems are still functional.
Well, they have powered down and have been powered down for some days now, but there is no evidence that they should not function. You may have to work to return power to them.
I see.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, let's just get this done with, shall we?
I'd agree. Less fighting and more shooting, or finding the package.
Okay, so you guys all pile into the shuttle. The little observer bot follows in after you, and off you go. I don't think I have any images of the Acreon or the drift rock that aren't just the map. Yeah. So I don't have any good pictures to show you about what you see as you come up to it. But basically, you see kind of a standard freighter ship. Something that it's basically just a fancy cargo ship. It moves. It's not a like a true. It's not a large scale vessel. It probably has a crew complement of maybe as many as 10 people. You think it's a common ship used for prospecting. It does have a drift engine, you know that. So it's capable of traveling out and about in areas that a lot of other ships might not be able to. But there's nothing fancy about it. It's clearly been patched and repaired a number of times, and you notice all this as you kind of come up on it. The first thing you really notice, however, is this large asteroid thing that's being hauled behind it. It's like the first thing you can see is the asteroid, then you can see the ship come into focus. And the asteroid's probably about twice the size of the ship, maybe a little bigger than that. In fact, no, it's probably more like the asteroid's probably more like 10 times the size of the ship. And it is tethered by what looks like 3 cables running out of the rear of the ship. The asteroid, it just looks like an asteroid. It has some odd angles, but given that you've been told that this was supposedly found in the drift, it's not exactly a shock that you might run into something that has unusual, geometry, just because the the drift, it may have been ripped out of the material plane at some unique angle that caused this. So it's just overall, it's a very interesting sort of thing. But as you get closer to the Acreon, what you're able to see is that the systems all seem to be down. The airlock at the rear of the ship, and let's see. I need to. Okay, yeah. I think if I share this now, tell me if you guys see basically a blank map.
It's loading.
It's transparent right now.
Yeah, black
Yeah,
transparent.
it's transparent, but blank.
But transparent, as in like you see things behind it.
Yeah, we could see all their
Yeah,
stuff behind it, but
yeah.
it's yeah.
So what do you see? So you can see like.
Nothing. There's nothing there.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm after. So I'm going to reveal the exterior of the ship that I think you can see. So if you guys may need to zoom out some or something.
Ah, okay. Like the
Thrusters on the
engine.
left.
Oh, I saw something. Yeah, I see the back engines.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, there are the wings on the sides too.
Yep. So you see the back engines. You should see basically what look like wings. Even though again it's a spaceship, it shouldn't really have wings, but whatever. And then there's kind of the front of the ship and what looks like the bridge at the very front with like some viewing ports and whatnot.
Yep.
So you guys can see all that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at the back, you'll notice in between, like in between the two middle engines, there's a door. Can y'all see the door?
Yes.
That airlock is open. The airlock on over the two wings are closed. But based on the preliminary scanning you can do from your shuttle, you can tell that the back airlock, both the interior and the exterior door are open, and the whole ship has been open to space. So you expect there will be 0 atmosphere inside the ship once you get in there.
Are we prepared for that? Like,
Everyone has, like, basically your armor will function as a space suit. So everyone who's wearing some kind of armor has at least a basic spacesuit.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there are actual rules about it. I'm just going to say that it's got 24 hours worth of air. Yeah, so nothing you should have to worry about very much.
And I don't have to breathe.
And some of you don't have to breathe. So, there does not appear to be any significant damage, any exterior, the ship looks a little beat up, but it looks like it's beat up from use, not because something, attacked it, shot it, crashed into it, nothing like that. So again, from the outside, this ship appears like it should be perfectly functional.
So the rear doors don't look like broken open. They look like they were just opened.
They look like they were opened. And it's not on this map, but the cabling that is connecting to the asteroid that's being hauled by the ship are anchored kind of around the back of the ship, sort of in between these engines. You don't think you could get your shuttle anywhere close enough to dock with the airlock on the back of the ship.
Is there an airlock that's easier to dock with?
Either of the two airlocks over either wing, you think you should be able to access quite easily. Now, you're not, again, the shuttle is fairly small. It's much smaller than this ship, but it's big enough there's not actually going to be able to like dock yourself. It's not like there's going to be an umbilical that connects to the airlock. But you should be able to get close enough that a very easy spacewalk will get you over to the ship.
Well, Corey, what were you thinking? We all enter the same entrance, or we split up?
in this kind of situation, I say we probably should just stick together. Who knows what's inside? It's not like there's like windows or anything on the spaceship, right? Like
The only windows
entrance.
that you have any sort of view on, I mean, there are some like portholes and
captain
things just to
pilot
give
area.
a little bit. But yeah, there's some viewing stations up at the front of the ship. And you
Is
can
it
do
possible to go around and look in there and see if there's just like dead people sitting all around, like, you know, the comms or whatever? Or
Yeah, you can try to do a flyby and look in.
could we try and do that? And then, like, I mean, if it's super creepy looking inside, kind of get
Sure.
an idea, or if it's just
So make me a perception check.
looks creepy.
Basically, there's like a couple of little instrument lights that are on. The lights inside the ship seem to all be off. It looks like the ship has gone into essentially emergency power mode.
Oh, that's so creepy.
So, you really can't see much of anything. It's like, again, there's not like blood splattered on the window or anything that you can tell.
Okay, no, like creepy vine taking over that's killing people. Like, okay, cool. No, looks fun, guys. This is gonna be great. Yeah. I mean, unless you guys have another plan, I vote we stick together until we know what we're facing, if we're even facing anything. Or, I mean, we could divide and conquer. That, hasn't hit us in the butt in the past. So.
I agree with your first point. I believe that we should stick together. We never know if there's a big bad beastie on the ship.
Yeah.
Or multiple.
Never know.
Yes.
And which point of access is your gut telling you we should go for? The left or the right wing?
I always go left. Left, you never steers wrong. Left. Let's go for left wing. I mean, unless we want to flip it. Let's flip a coin. You guys want to flip a coin? I mean,
Is that stage left or is that
I would just say north, the northern door.
the north wing?
Yeah.
All right. So each of you, checks over your spacesuits. Basically, you've got. Have any of you guys watched The Expanse?
No.
Yes.
So they have these like magnetic boots, effectively,
I'm reading the book.
and we're going to pretend that basically you guys can all engage your magnetic boots, and just basically sort of hop yourselves out of the shuttle and put it where it's basically holding station just off the wing, and with a very easy little hop down, you can magnetize yourself to the wing and walk across the wing to the airlock. And who's going first?
Fuck.
Aridin will go first.
All right.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, send the. Yep. You go first. Let me know what you.
I'll go
All right, so-
second with him if that's possible.
Aridin, you get there and you see a perfectly standard, airlock access computer. So you're familiar with these sorts of things. You've been on enough, ships to know. You basically just hit the start cycle, and you get the warning, no atmosphere inside, no atmosphere inside. And so you can just go ahead and bypass the cycle and just open the exterior doors. So you open the exterior doors, you walk in, and what you see
Dun.
Oh, I'm up here. Okay.
is an airlock. And I think you should be able to move your character around fairly freely.
Yes, but I locked the map. Okay, here we go. I got it.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
there we go. I just have to hit the minus sign and I can make it bigger.
So flickering emergency lights do little to dispel the darkness inside the derelict ship, and the sense of abandonment is only heightened by the apparent lack of any movement or life inside its airless corridors. Artificial gravity is still functional, however, so there's likely still power to run essential systems and possibly restore life support and atmosphere to the ship. Unfortunately, there are still no obvious clues as to the fate of the Acreon's vanished crew.
I'll go in shortly after if I don't hear anything crazy coming. from there.
Do we have like communicators? I have a
Yes.
communicator.
I bought
Every-
one.
Do we?
Every one of
They
your
were-
spacesuits in any armor. So again, and this will become more natural as we go through it. Any set of armor you're wearing effectively functions as a spacesuit.
Mhm.
It has an integrated communicator, at least for local communications. You're not going to be like able to call Absalom Station or anything, but you basically all can have walkie-talkies.
Okay, so then Aerodin's like, yeah, he's exactly what Ben was like just saying is kind of how he communicates what's going on to you guys.
And each of your, as long as you're actually wearing the helmet that goes with your spacesuit, I will allow you to have a flashlight, a small flashlight attachment that would provide at least light in the direction you're looking. It's not going to light up a whole lot of stuff. It's not going to give you, it's not going to make it easy to fight or anything like that should you get into a fight. But you will at least be able to see.
I'll take it.
For those of
Okay.
you who have low light or dark vision, you can either turn it off and not use it, or it'll give you additional area that you can see because there is some light to reflect off of stuff.
Okay.
Cool. These are important things to know.
Okay, so Aridin's in. Who's next?
Cora will be next.
Corey?
Give everyone
You
a nod before she enters the unknown.
And again, once you get inside the ship, because they have figured out artificial gravity, you don't need your magnetic boots anymore. You can just walk around. So who's after Corey?
Edent.
I'm just going to kind of move all of you up to make space.
Josh
Okay.
takes him up the rear.
All right. And what about Nibbles?
Nibbles comes in behind Zost.
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
Nibbles is here!
Now,
When did you get here, little rat?
which of
Just
you?
now.
Is that
A
that
stowaway.
derogatory? Like calling us rats? Like is that frowned upon?
It's better than being called
Only
a
if we
raccoon.
called you a stinking rat.
Yeah.
What's
So
up, Lucas?
let me
Hey.
check something real quick.
How's that spawn of yours?
Oh my
Spawn?
god. He actually walked from my mother-in-law's truck to the house, and I was like, oh, my wife was so happy. She almost broke down in tears, and it was great. He's doing good.
Aww.
Oh,
Such a champ. Way to go, little Rob.
Yeah, what
Who's
was
not
the
a
lesson we learned?
anymore.
Don't break your legs.
Yeah, don't let the neighbor kid push you off a sled.
We don't have friends. Trust no
Yeah,
one.
don't have
You
friends.
throw the first punch.
Be alone.
Shoot the guy in the leg if he comes up to the house. I'm sorry, Amanda. I had to.
You know, these things happen. Important life lessons, guys.
okay.
Okay, so Aerodin opens the next door.
Well, before you do that,
Oh, before I do that.
I made a secret check.
Uh-oh.
And everyone except Zost has enough experience with computers and spaceships to know that there are controls inside the airlock that will allow you to work with basically any airlock you've got on the ship.
Oh, cool. So we can close the other doors and start to get the compression back?
You can close the other doors and attempt to get the atmosphere regoing.
Who's our computer specialist? Is that Lucas?
I think
Nibbles.
Nibbles.
I've got a plus 13. I do
Yep.
believe that I am the specialty in computers, especially when it comes to starships.
All right, so Nibbles, you quickly take a look at this. You saw that the back airlock was left open, and you can't repressurize the ship till you deal with that. And since you can close it from here, you go ahead and close both those doors, and you attempt to start the repressurization cycle. And you get the error that basically says, systems on standby, must reactivate main computer before auxiliary functions are available. So you're going to
Where's
have
the main computer, Nibbles?
I do believe that we have to head to the bridge in order to reactivate basic life control systems.
Where's the bridge located on this vessel?
Beyond that door.
I would presume it's beyond this first door, but is there any way that I can hack into the system to maybe get a layout of this particular vessel for our tin soldiers?
You know what? I'll let you do that. Make me a computer's check.
I will.
And we'll say to get just a basic schematic of the.
How's a natural 20 treat you?
How's a natural fucking
Okay.
20?
Well, I wasn't going to look through the roll. I was going to come up with a DC for it. But yeah.
33.
Oh, it was a DC 35. I'm so sorry.
Hold on. I might have something for that.
No. You're able to pull up a schematic. And while it doesn't give you quite the level of detail you're about to see, it does give you the layout of the ship. So this may take a little while for it to process.
Hey, give me 2 seconds. My dog's working.
Now, just so I'm making sure, I don't get my specialization exploit until level 5, right?
Well, it depends. You get some specialization exploits.
All right, I'll have to double check in the library real quick.
Well, here I've got the core rulebook right in front of me this time. So for an operative,
Yeah.
okay, operative. You get a specialization at level 1, and exploit at level 2. And quick movement at level 3. So hey, there you go.
Yeah, I
can move
got 40 feet of movement.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay, yeah, here it is. 5th level, I get my specialization exploit, which is in hacking. So, never mind. I don't get to add
Correct.
anything to it. Ooh, look at this map.
Oh, look at this ship. This is beautiful. Can we live here? Let's just never go back.
This is
I
ours
don't-
now.
Considering that there are open airways and it is not currently moving, I don't think this would be a fine vessel to stay on.
Could you fix it?
I could certainly try.
Running, just gonna go
So-
rogue and
what you're able to determine is that the bridge is at the front of the ship. So I'm just going to be talking in map terms. It's to the right end of the map. It's where you guys flew around to try to look in the viewing ports to see if you could tell anything. You have successfully closed the airlock doors at the back of the ship. You can tell that the main engineering area is at the back of the ship near the engines. You've got the power core is that fancy blue thing, kind of with the access doors near engineering. You have 2 cargo holds, one just to your immediate left, and one on the other side of the ship in the same position. There are crew quarters and a galley and another cargo hold towards the front of the ship. And then you've got a whole lot of miscellaneous, equipment, conduits, piping, electronics, just, stuff to make the ship work, kind of running all over the place everywhere else.
If I accidentally close the map, what do I click?
I may just reshare it with you.
When Nibbles was hacking into the stop.
If you go to, it should be under images, right? Is that where all the images are?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you guys can see when you go to images. I know I can see all of them, but I don't know what's necessarily been shared. If you can still see stuff and all that kind
I
of
think
thing.
you have all of them shared. So I'll look for map the Acheron.
But when Nibbles was hacking into the ship and closing everything, did did Nibbles come across any captain's logs or any?
No, he was able to hack in from where he is. That computer system would allow him to see a schematic of the ship, but it was not actually accessing the main computer.
We have to get to the front of the ship first.
He was kind of getting in the auxiliary systems.
I'd like to tell you that I am not a he. Thank you very much.
Sorry,
Okay.
she. Okay, so can you? I'm curious about this. On the images, if y'all click the images button, do y'all have like 4 pages of images?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you were to click on, let's see, on page 1, if you were to click on Absalom Battle, does it actually share that with you?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting.
Dun, dun, dun. Quick, go
Very
to page
because
4. What is there?
There are some that are labeled public, and I don't know why you get all of them and not.
There are probably
they
a
have
lot of them
that.
loaded up from the core rulebook, which was what I'm seeing here. So
Yeah, probably.
you would have to private the Adventure Path book, would be my guess.
We promise we won't go snooping unless you tell us to.
Well, there's
Any more than we already have.
right. Well,
Nick.
there's the version that I have.
It's not like I didn't go through like almost all 4 pages and look at every single picture. I definitely did.
No, of course not.
Huh. Very interesting. I'll have to figure out how to fix that later.
Mostly because there were rules models in there, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to see how these work."
Well,
This was when we were fighting last time.
as long as there aren't like, as long as you guys haven't been able to see things like the GM maps, I don't think it's that big a deal.
I don't think so. But once Nibbles gives Aerodin the go ahead, they will open the door and proceed to the bridge.
Okay, so I do want to remind everyone that despite how bright and shiny and colorful the map is, the ship is dark.
Dingy.
And that is why Aerodin is going first, because he has superior vision.
Okay.
I also
So-
have dark vision.
Sorry, they
have
have
dark vision.
superior vision.
Well, you're able to open up the next set of doors and proceed into the hallway. So go ahead and make whatever movements you guys would like to make.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stay
And
close behind Aerodin, like on his left or whatever, just
there.
super right on his shoulder,
There.
looking around. There, right.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I
I'll work
want
on
to do
that.
it too. Don't worry. We're all gonna get there. See what I did there.
Nibbles, since everyone's moving past this door, Nibbles is behind everyone, going to try to do a force lock on this door, just to make sure nothing pops out behind us while we're sneaking through.
A force lock.
Just trying to jerry-rig the door so it doesn't open behind us automatically or
You're
something.
trying to lock the airlock door or the
No, the
cargo
door
bay
of the
door?
cargo hold.
Gotcha.
Okay, well, you can just lock it.
Yeah, lock it
And
from the outside.
as we're
Oh, sorry,
walking
were
by,
that was a cargo hold.
Yeah, each one of these tan triangles is a door. So that's the cargo
Oh,
hold.
that's the one you're locking. I thought you were talking. Okay.
No.
First
You
one.
guys ran by it, and I was like, I'm gonna go
I
close
was
this real
thinking the
quick.
same.
All right, so
as we're
Begin.
walking out, do we hear any sounds, or is it still just like, I don't know, like the airlock beepy sound
Well-
from the alarm? Or
Is there atmosphere to hear sound?
I was gonna say, I'm going to be one of those guys who's, I'm not going to be completely accurate about this, but I will certainly be trying to be. You're in a ship with no atmosphere, so the only sounds you're going to hear are coming from your communicators inside your headsets,
oh, I
and
didn't
any
even think about
vibrations
that.
you might
Yeah,
feel.
So this
Think of like
isn't
a
Star
space-
Wars where
a
you can
space
hear
Yeah.
anything.
where all you hear is the breathing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even think about. Okay, yeah, no, this just got 10 times creepier.
Nibbles.
Great.
All you hear in Nibbles' calm is the crunching of like a chocolate bar.
are you even eating in here?
Oh no.
I eat when I'm
Put into
nervous.
battle. We got put into battle mode. I can't move anymore.
Oh no.
Well,
Is that what the shit?
Well, there are, come on. We all know there are things in this ship that are going to be of interest. Whether it turns into fights or not, you don't know. But
you just can't have us running amok.
yeah, exactly.
Does anyone have anything reflective on them, like a mirror?
I did not buy a mirror, no. I mean, my space suit is shiny.
Aerodin will proceed stealthily though.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know how stealthy
So-
do I have to be when there's no atmosphere. Can't hear anything anyways.
So here's what you got. As you approach this intersection, the long corridor seems to run the length of the ship from bow to stern. Signs of battle, bullet holes, scorch marks,
Oh,
and
shit.
droplets of blood
Oh my god.
are clearly visible on the walls and floors. And right there in the center, which is why I stopped you when you got to there, a small body in a spacesuit lies sprawled on the floor in the middle of a junction in the hallway.
Aerodin will go up and investigate the small body.
Oh shoot.
Okay. So you move up to investigate the small body.
That's
And-
just going to light up a little spell, just a little 30-foot light, dim light.
Can
Okay.
Eden,
So 30 feet, dim light, kind of where?
On Zost.
Okay. Like they have in...
It's more or less just so I can see, and if anyone else can't see in dark light, because I don't have any dark vision.
You
or
turned
the
your flashlight on. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can quickly draw something.
I think at seeing the sight of the dead body, I will pull out my weapon just to be prepared. I don't know if that's an action to do that or not, but I want to make sure, just prepared.
Is it a move action?
To what?
So
Pull
we're-
out my weapon.
You can do
We're-
it as part of a move action, yeah. Depending
and
on
we're-
the size of the weapon.
As long as you.
And
have
we're
a
not in
basic
initiative
bonus.
order, so yeah, you can just pull out the...
Yeah,
And again,
basic
as soon as you guys saw something in that in the A, you expect that something weird is going on with this ship, so you're going to be prepared. And B, you just saw something that might be a body laying in the middle of this intersection. I'm perfectly okay saying everyone pull their weapons out.
Definitely pulling the weapon out. And that's super cool looking because it looks like a super platypus of a knife.
Okay, so
sword.
Aridin, as you see this body and go up to start checking on it, make me a life sciences check, assuming you are trained in that.
I am not trained in it.
Okay. Well, in that case, it's a dead body. Yeah, you're not really sure what's going on.
What race is it?
You honestly didn't get a good enough look to tell. And about that time, while you don't exactly hear it,
Oh,
something
fuck.
catches your vision. Like just at the corner of your vision, you see something.
That's when Aerodin will pull out his gun. Not his
And-
sniper rifle, but his sidearm.
Pull out my gun.
And when you
So you
Look-
guys see like Aerodin's head like snaps up to the corridor, and then he like whips out his gun really fast.
Yep. And so I need everybody to roll me some initiative.
Woo woo!
how do I roll initiative? Okay.
Their gun. God, that's gonna be
Oh,
hard.
God, I'm terrible with initiative.
I haven't.
I
rolled
got
a
3
bad
last time, guys.
the
Okay, so
entire time.
we
Okay,
all
so-
rolled shit. This is
so-
great.
Eden, to roll your initiative, you go to the main
Oh
page
no!
on your character sheet and just double click the initiative.
Wait, I didn't
I always
roll.
click
I thought I
intro.
did.
Yeah, it didn't roll.
It's not showing up as you having rolled.
There it goes.
That did.
Nice.
Hey, where are my rat folk
Someone
at?
got a good one.
Okay. So, time to go to the top of the round. And let's see whose turn it is.
And that little gun up at the top left is how you do the combat tracker, right?
Yes.
And just so we're clear, no explosives being fired in this ship, right? That'd be harmful to our health.
No explosives?
Wouldn't
As
be
in,
good.
like,
She's asking if she can blow up things while she's in the ship.
I do.
I
Well,
mean, you can do whatever you want.
don't-
There's the
Oh,
possibility that it might damage something, but
that is true.
Just
that
make
is
sure
true.
you don't do that in the power core room. I think anything else should be okay.
Now watch out for the engines.
okay. So, it is Akata 2's turn.
Dun dun dun.
Although you don't technically know what this thing is yet.
Ryan, do you have life sciences?
Some.
All right. I
And
might
so
have
this
to
thing
pick
is
some
going
up
to
if
move.
we're lacking.
So right there, it sees a new prey, and it's going to bite at Aridin.
You
And
can't
that's
do
going to be a
it.
hit.
It's metal. They're metal.
That's going to be 7 points of damage. Now,
He said BRB.
I
and then he's
need
gonna hit.
you. For those of you who may listen to a certain show,
Okay.
a couple
I'm
of things
back.
are going to happen.
Oh no! Couple things. Uh-oh.
Is this The Walking Dead?
Did this thing try to bite me?
He
or
hit you.
something?
It did bite you, and it dealt 7 points of damage.
To my
And-
SP, right?
To your stamina points, yes.
Stamina points. Okay. I got this.
And
Oh, that's right. I don't have the battle tracker thingy up. Okay, there we go. Combat tracker. Now I'm in. Okay, let's go.
Yep. And something feels a little strange about, you've been bitten, but it just, it hurts, but it feels strangely weird.
Do I recognize this creature? Do I need to do that on my turn?
You'll have to do that on your
my
turn. All right. End, you're up.
What's up? Okay, so seeing that, I'm gonna fire at it.
Okay, now if you shoot at it from where you are, it will get some cover because you're shooting through a friend.
So in Pathfinder, you don't get clear shots, or Starfinder.
Okay.
You have to maneuver around people if you want to get a clear shot.
Okay, so what if I move?
Can we move through friendly spaces?
Yes.
Okay.
Another thing I'm going to do is,
And provoking still works the same.
Oh wait, so
uh,
how do I reset
I know it can be hard to see, but I'm going to try to keep you guys in the squares
Actual
on the
grid.
map.
Oh yeah,
So-
you got to look at the darker gray lines for your
Yeah.
actual 5-foot stores.
Oh no, I can't see.
So if you
Now-
get there, you could probably get a clearer shot.
Yeah, to the 5 feet in front of me, just walking 5 feet.
Yeah, and I would also let you go there. I'd let you step around the corner.
You're a small creature; you can dip around.
I know, but I don't. Yeah, I'll
Not
do
saying
it.
you have to.
I know.
You're a soldier. Get in there.
Well, I don't know why I'm doing that, but I'll move that 10 feet right there. That was around the corner.
Okay, you want to go around the corner
Yes, I do. I don't know why it's moving 25. Okay, there we go.
because I kept dragging your button. Your
Yeah. So you have to finish your movement and then let him accept it, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
And then from
Now this thing would not get cover.
Okay, great. It's going to die. I'm going to use my auto target rifle and shoot at it.
Okay, so we need to target it.
Oh, right.
So if you will hold Control and then select it,
There we
there
go.
you go. And now you can make your attack roll.
Fire. Did it hit?
I didn't see you roll an attack on your.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
And that hits.
13
Nice.
Now
AC.
you can roll your damage.
6.
Very nice. 6 points of damage.
Now, your auto target rifle, is that laser EAC or is that a bullet?
That was a bullet's KAC.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Do oh wait, no, it wouldn't even hear me.
He
Do not bite. Do not bite my companion. We're not friends yet. We haven't been together that long.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
No. How do I end my turn?
I'll just
Arrow
down
at the
arrow
bottom
on
of
the
the
combat
combat.
Oh,
tracker.
okay. Sorry, it's all coming back to me.
We're all learning together. It's all
New
good.
program, new system.
How
We'll
dare
get
you
it.
not have it down after one session?
I know, I'm exactly like the Tempa Buckaroos.
Aridin, you're up.
Okay, Aerodin, they would like to try to figure out what this is first.
Okay. You're going to need to make me a life science check.
I figured. Nope, never seen
Oh.
one of these things before.
No clue what this thing is.
So then we go to the plan B, which is don't die. So I'm going to shoot this thing.
Did Aerodin have to make a fortitude save on their turn? Or when they got attacked?
No, he did not.
No.
Okay.
Why would I?
Because he said a couple things was going to happen, so I expected diseases or something.
He knows that something feels funny about where he got bitten.
Oh, where? Oh, ooh.
But Aridin, it is totally your turn.
Yeah. And then there's another one that's just screaming down. Are these the doors to my next left? Are they open or closed?
They are currently closed.
So there's like nothing to hide behind it.
Not at the moment.
The corner.
Okay, then I think what he gets an attack of opportunity if I shoot at him with the small arms pistol, right?
Yes, he
You can
does.
take a guarded step and then shoot.
That is
It's
correct.
a guarded step.
It's basically a 5-foot step.
Take an aim
But it's-
penalty.
But if I move
Starfinder's
away
different.
from him, he'll still get an attack of opportunity, right?
No, the guarded step does not provoke attacks of opportunity. But I was going to say Starfinder is different than Pathfinder in that you do not get to take a 5-foot step as part of a full attack action.
So,
The guarded step is a move action.
so hypothetically, could I move there and then move there and then take my guarded step there?
But you can move twice and then take your guarded step, but that'd be 2 move actions, and you would have provoked 2 attacks of opportunity.
So if I just do one movement, is it just one attack of opportunity?
Yes, if you do, unless you move out of a threatened square to a non-threatened square with a guarded step, any other movement you do would provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh, so like from where I am, I have to do the guarded step 5 feet. That's my whole movement.
That is your whole
that's
movement.
a move
Got
equivalent.
it. Okay.
Yeah. And
Then
just
yes,
just like
okay.
olden
Then I will
days.
just take a guarded 5-foot step back, right?
Yeah,
That
and then
totally
you would be
works.
free to shoot.
Oh, okay. And then I'm going to use my my semi-auto pistol, my tactical pistol, and I'm going to go ahead and use my deadly aim to do
Okay.
more damage.
Cool.
So that's just a -2 on that.
So you're attacking
The one that hit me.
Okay.
Oh, I need to. Did I target it? I didn't target it.
You did not.
I?
But that would be. Oh,
And it's a -2, so it's a 15 to hit.
that will hit.
Okay.
So as long as you target it now, you should still be able to do damage to it.
Okay, so it's control, click it. There we go. Now I'm targeting it. Okay. And then I just want to double check my deadly aim. It gives me deal additional damage equal to half your base attack bonus, which is still only 1 right now.
Correct.
Or because it's 3, half of 3, and rounded down, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I get a +1 on the damage to this. Where am I? Okay, here we go. Nice.
Ooh.
All right. So that's actually
No,
plus
so
1.
9 damage total.
Yep. Okay, and this guy is looking pretty rough.
Okay, and I only get the 1 attack.
That is correct.
And that is the end of my turn.
So Nick, in between your turns, add an additional weapon on your actions. That is your deadly aim, so that way you can just click the button and automatically do the damage.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right. Seeing that, part of the prey is like trying to move away, but there's a nice little snack right in front of him down the hallway.
Very little snack.
The other one is going to run up and target Edent and bite. And that is going to be a hit.
Ooh, yep.
So it doesn't get a very deep bite into you, but it clamps down on your arm. And again, something about the bite just feels weird.
Like how does it feel weird?
Almost like there's like wriggling things left behind.
Oh my god, no. Oh.
To quote that show that we are not quoting, something will happen in 1d3 days.
What show is that?
The Glass Cannon podcast.
Oh god.
Corey, you're up.
Okay. I am going to charge forward, weapon in hand.
Now, are you flavor charging or are you mechanically charging?
Flavor charging.
Okay.
You know, with
She
my
doesn't have 20 feet.
blackness of night weapon. That just sounds so fun to play with. And I'm gonna target this guy. So remind me again. There's single and full. So I do a single attack.
Yes, because you moved. You
Okay.
can't take a full attack.
Okay. So if I don't move, I can take a full attack.
Yes, but with a melee weapon, as awesome as it would have been to take a full attack and critically hit, with a melee weapon, you wouldn't have had anybody to attack except Aridin.
Okay, so
Rude.
I'm just gonna. Okay,
So you totally
if I don't
critted it.
move, I can do a full attack. If I move, I have to do a single.
Correct.
Okay. Learning.
But you critted, so you can roll your.
I always roll a 1 on my damage. It's
And
always
how
there.
You killed it.
How would you like to describe what you just did to this thing?
So she's gonna come forward after seeing it go after Aridin and then Eden. Well, I guess the other one after Eden. But she's just gonna charge forward and just a skewer. She's just gonna stab this thing through. And I don't know what happens to it when it dies. But I just like to imagine kind of seeps down to the floor like a dead glop as she takes
We'll
the
say
sword out.
it-
And some of its blood is dripping through the hollow part.
It starts to jerk and twitch, and it's trying to claw or bite at you, and it just
Yes, that's exactly it.
and you have completely run it through. All right, Nibbles.
All right, Nibbles. Seeing that everyone is doing work here, I don't want to waste any ammo. As I'm moving up to this guy, I'm pulling out my combat knife, and I'm going to do a trick attack on him. I'm
Okay.
going to try to flash him with the computers on the walls. If there's a screen on the wall, try to flash his eye to draw his attention.
There's plenty of screens and things around.
All right. So this will be +4 on my computer's check. There we go. Infinite die again.
Dang.
This
Say a
keeps
couple of them
happening to you.
Oh.
Get the magic color.
So no, the trick attack does not work.
Well, so that's funny. It showed it for you. It rolled a 3, but it showed me a 17.
Yeah, I saw 17 also.
I don't think I can hold Alt while rolling because it does that every time I do it.
Ah,
Yeah, probably not.
Should I roll
Alt is my
again?
talk button.
No, you're all year old.
All right. I will still try to combat knife this guy though.
Go for it.
17
That's a
against.
hit.
Oh, I didn't target him. Sorry.
But that is a hit.
All right. So just some measly damage. 1 point of damage.
Hey,
That's my turn.
it has taken some damage. Zost.
Woohoo.
This is gonna make his
Or
way
Zost.
down. Zost is coming down, and seeing these things writhing is going to shine some light on this, and he's going to try and figure out what the heck is going on board. He's trying
Alright.
to just attune to the elements around him to detect any afflictions, so detecting any poisons or diseases about these things.
Okay. Well,
And if they have either, I can roll an intelligence or wisdom check to know the exact type.
let me go ahead and first have you make a life sciences check since you're trying to figure
Alright.
out what these things are and what's going on with them.
Ooh, how about a 23?
Okay. With a 23, I can tell you a couple of things.
Nice, way better than Aerodin's roll.
Yeah, it's like you actually know what you're doing. Okay. So this is something called an akata. You're not really sure. I mean, I guess somewhere, sometimes someone's run into this, maybe as part of the host swarm that you used to be a part of. You ran into things like this and had knowledge of them that way. But they are aberrations. They generally are in hibernation. Like they make these cocoons around themselves and will stay in hibernation indefinitely. I mean, centuries. But when they discover something that is a potential source of food and they detect it near them, they will claw their way out of their cocoons and attack. You also know that they don't breathe and they're immune to effects that require breathing, which would make sense since they've been in this ship that has no atmosphere for a while. It doesn't seem to have bothered them. They are deaf, and maybe of particular interest are two things. The first is that they are susceptible to salt water. In fact, if you had to try to estimate just how susceptible they are, you would think that a splash of salt water might deal 1d6 worth of damage to them. And full immersion in salt water might deal 4d6 of damage. And then the way they reproduce is by injecting parasitic offspring into their hosts through biting them. Only humanoids seem to make good hosts for the young.
We're
And
all having
this
aliens babies right now.
this affliction
I am not.
is commonly called void death.
That's an amazing name.
So as
Am I,
you
as an android, more resistant to that?
Do you have a
you
plus
may
on
be
your
more
fortitude?
resistant. I'd have to look.
Well, it was just something that the android thing said. It's like, hey, you're like, happened.
You're doing the breaking up thing again.
Oh, it's probably because I'm leaning back. Is that better?
You
That
might
is
want to, Nick. You might want to turn up the in Discord the automatic mic thing on your microphone. I had to turn mine up because it kept cutting out as well.
And yes, you do get a +2 to your resistances against diseases, mind affecting effects, poison, and sleep, unless they specifically target constructs. But you know that anyone who is infected by one of these things over the course of a day would have to make, and you're a mystic, so you would know that they'd have to make 2 consecutive saves against the disease to be cured of it. It doesn't seem to have any other negative effects, except that if a creature who is infected with the disease dies, they will be turned into a void zombie within 2d4 hours of death.
Oh shit!
Oh god, that's gross. That's real gross. That's
Okay, so as all this comes to him, he's going to hesitate a little bit as he steps back a little bit, 5 feet step, and he's just saying, "I try to avoid getting too close to them, and if at all possible, avoid getting bit by them. Keep your distance. That's how we're going to fight these things."
Too late.
I've
Yep.
been bitten.
You've already detected that Eridan and Edent have, or at least
That's why he's backing up
exposed to it.
away from Eridan.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
Just a 5-foot step back.
Space punch.
Actually, because this is Starfinder, once you move and take an action, you can't move again. You can't break your movement up like that.
Okay, so you don't get the 5 foot?
Nope.
All right. So that'll do it.
All right. Kiasa is not here. Okay, next round.
Hakuna Matata.
Well, this guy is dead. So we'll just get rid of him. Eden, your turn.
This thing still has bit me or is currently biting me.
It bit you. It is not like latched onto you.
Oh, okay, well that's good because I am going to shoot it with my scatter gun. Yes.
Is that the gun you had out earlier?
No, actually, I forgot. I'm going to shoot it with my auto target rifle.
Okay, so I would suggest that you take your guarded step backwards.
Yeah.
So that you're not provoking an opportunity
you'll
attack.
Provoke if you're shooting a melee.
Yeah, and
Okay.
now you can shoot it.
Okay, I'm going to shoot it.
Shoot it so good. Did you mean to shoot it twice?
You can't do a full attack action.
Oh no. Well, sorry. I clicked on something. I couldn't tell what. I'm kind of lagging right now.
It's okay. They both rolled hits, so we'll say that your one shot hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and deal damage one time. All right, and you take a nice big chunk out of this thing.
Hooray! And I will end it there because I don't have anything else.
Eridan.
All right. Eridan is going to take a guarded 5-foot step back and then is going to train his weapon on this one. And he's going to use, or they, God, that's hard to remember.
Well, androids can identify as either or none.
I don't want to.
Okay.
He wants to be a
I thought about
non-binary
it.
binary being.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I was like, I gotta try to. I guess I have to, do it. It's
Train
difficult
yourself.
to do it. Yeah.
It's a steep learning.
Okay. I'm gonna use my deadly aim again, and I'm gonna fire at it.
That's a hit.
And I did the -2 this time already on it because I shot with the deadly aim one. Yes. All right. Perfect. Okay.
And so that already includes your +1 damage?
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, this guy does not seem particularly happy, but he's still he's still angry.
God. Oh god.
Okay. Then that is the end of my turn, I think. Yeah, because I didn't do the full attack because I moved. Right. Okay. Yes, that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Oh, arrow. Boom.
All right, it's now his turn, and he's kind of surrounded by everyone. Now again, with the life science roll, Zeus knows that this thing is deaf. It has blind sense. It can sense life, and it can smell things. It has dark vision. So it
Perfect
knows just
tracker.
how many creatures are around it, but it's not interested in running away. So it is going to target the thing closest to it, which is Kore. It's going to whip around
Great.
and bite at her. And I believe that's a hit. A 15 against KAC.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right, and here comes the damage. And you also feel like you've got wriggly, weird things on your leg where it just bit you.
Oh, good. Good.
Kore, you're up.
So I have one question. The guarded step, is that a soldier thing?
No.
No,
Or is that
anyone can do that. It's
Okay,
a
okay.
5-foot step, is what it's called.
Yeah, does it do? Whoa.
It's
Words.
basically, it takes your whole movement to think of it cinematically. It's like you're dodging away from an attack.
Dodge. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was like, it's
Putting
like
all of
dodge
your
action.
movement into that 5 feet.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Now,
So
the important thing
now
to
I
remember...
I think a full attack after it. You can only take a single attack.
Correct. But
okay.
the important thing to remember about it is that it is critical for people who are using guns, which is an awful lot of the characters in Starfinder. Because if you were to attack someone standing right next to them who was wielding a melee weapon, they would get a chance to attack you because you were trying to shoot them.
Right. Like, I'm not
Gotcha.
using my sniper rifle right now because I have to reload that, and I can't be moving when I reload. But my semi-automatic, I can shoot it a bunch before I have to reload
And
it, and reloading
right.
is movement.
And if I remember
Now,
right,
Okay.
reloading provokes as well, right?
Unless you use your movement to do it.
Okay.
Right? No, it doesn't provoke.
No, there's only like 3 things that provoke, and reloading is one of
I
them.
wasn't sure if reloading
Shooting
provoked.
in melee is going to provoke, but reloading doesn't.
But the other thing I was going to say that's important about it is that as someone who's using a melee weapon, you want to take advantage of the fact that some people may try to move without taking a guarded step.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can
Because,
take a
like,
full
if I
attack
wanted to
action on
get
your
like
turn.
30 feet away from this thing, I wouldn't take the guard step and I'd let it hit me.
You'd have to do
Yeah,
a full
good.
withdrawal.
Go to town on it.
Okay, yeah. So now I can do a full attack because I'm not moving and I'm right up next.
Mm-hmm.
You can totally full attack it with your Solarian weapon.
So that means 2 rolls, right?
Yep.
Automatically
So
hit.
the first one hits,
Hits.
and the second
The
one,
second
well, you
one
got to target it. But the first
Oh,
one hits, the second
shit.
one misses.
Okay, well, I'll target before I do damage.
Yes, please.
I got a 4.
And how would you like to kill it?
Ha! The same way as I did your brother. I will just stake it on the skewer, seeing that it turns to me, and yeah, just stab right through it, like through its face as it's trying to bite at me again.
All right.
I do not like the feeling of these wiggling worms. Okay, so I know this might be a question for Zost, but if I were to soak the wound in salt water, would that kill all the little bad betties that are in there? Since it's like that's its weakness. Like if I took to take a saltwater bath, would that improve my
Probably
chances?
require a medicine check to figure out
Yeah.
if that's how you treat that.
Well, we'll get with Zost in a second. Okay.
Not going to be able to do any of that here in zero gravity until we can get the atmosphere
Okay.
stabilized.
It was just, I mean, I technically wouldn't know about the salt thing anyways, but that was just like, okay. It bit me
All right.
too, damn it.
And
Ah!
that ends that encounter.
You guys keep your eyes peeled. I don't want another one of these things sneaking up on us.
So, you have successfully killed 2 of these creatures. Is there anything you'd like to do? You know, inspect
Does
them, dissect them.
Remain vigilant. If they kill the crew of the ship, the crew may still be lingering without their minds. Either as hosts to whatever larva these things spawn, or as zombies.
We gonna turn into zombies?
Wait, what?
Exhaust, is there anything that you know about these creatures?
All right, let's take a 5-minute break because my dog's going crazy.
And Zoth basically explains what he knows about these.
Beautiful. Well, that was fun. The medic and the engineer are the ones that didn't get bit.
Almost didn't get bit. If it wouldn't have turned around, I would have been fine.
As a former space pirate, I am glad that it was you and not me.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Will?
Does anybody have salt?
Of course not, unless it's in our rations. We can just, soak our rations.
You guys got food cubes, right?
Yeah, I think so. The ration cubes? Ration things?
Yeah.
You all didn't come prepared.
I didn't know we need to bring salt to space.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bring a med patch for it?
Well,
I don't have med
I'll put it
patches, but I've got MREs, baby. They got salt packets.
Did
Didn't even technically didn't even take damage really, you know? like I took what, 2 damage?
I made sure to buy MREs because they said they had a dessert in them. So those are my chocolate bars. So I've got utensils, flameless ration heaters, salt,
Opened
pepper,
MREs.
condiments.
Wait, why is it not showing it? Oh, was I supposed to put the fatigue on there? I thought it did it automatically.
He didn't say you had any conditions, right?
Didn't I get hit?
yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't have to make a fortitude save. I don't know.
Oh, did you guys have to make a save when you got bit?
No one made a save
No.
when they got bit.
Nobody's made a save
Oh,
yet.
well, I'm not. What I'm saying is, I'm not showing that I took damage.
What about your stamina?
Oh, you know what? He didn't target you. You should have 7 in your fat.
Right, that's what I'm looking at. Right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
should
Put
have
7
taken
in your
stuff.
fat.
Okay. I thought it was supposed to do that automatically.
I don't think he had you
Maybe
targeted.
he just didn't.
Yeah, I can't even add it.
Go to your main and then add it to your fatigue. Add 7 to your fatigue.
There it is. Got it. Okay.
I believe that's the way that's supposed to work.
Well,
If
that's
not,
why I was
or you
questioning
can just change your
that.
current
I was
down
like, "Are
7.
you sure I took damage? Because I'm not seeing it, and I'm seeing it on everyone else's." And I was like, "And I know you guys didn't add it."
So it didn't change your stamina points. You might want to put your current stamina points down to 20
No,
as
it
well.
put the fat in there.
Yeah, I know that, but it didn't. You were at 27 before you put that in there, right? Is your max 27?
Yeah, it doesn't change it. It leaves your stamina points, and it just shows how much fatigue you've taken.
Oh, okay.
Count
Okay,
up
I'm
rather than counting down.
Yeah.
I like it.
On my main sheet, it shows my current as 20, but on the combat tracker, it doesn't.
Yeah, on the combat tracker, it'll have your stamina points, and then fatigue, and then wounds and hit points.
Oh yeah, I was just like, I noticed that it didn't have the damage I took on there, and so we were trying to, so I figured out how to put it on.
Okay, so where to next?
Aerodin's gonna keep his firearm out, and he's gonna move towards the bridge.
Okay. Go ahead and I'll just continue making whatever movements you want to make.
And he's going to carefully look around each of these corners for enemies.
Okay. So as you
that's-
get to the
that's-
corners and look, the hallways appear clear. You can see on the lower hallway there are just more doors. All the doors are closed. On the upper hallway, there's like a gap, and again, it's dark. You can't really see anything in there, but you can't tell if there's a door that's open or if there are just no doors there.
Okay. Aerodin's gonna give everyone the like move forward signal, and then he's gonna move forward to the doors.
Okay.
As
Dost
we're
is going to give this corpse a once over for anything interesting.
Okay. As you
Get in there.
look it over, nothing there's nothing it's carrying on it. There's nothing that seems to give any sort of nothing of value that's still on it.
All right.
What race is it, Ryan?
Dead.
Akata
It
seem to be
looks like it could
asexual.
be. It looks like it belongs on the Ox now.
as
Too
I'm
soon.
moving, I'm going to type into my computer on my wrist and make sure that everyone has the ship layout on their personal heads-up displays in their suits.
Okay, I'll allow that. Aridin, are you going to be to the towards the north or the south of the door?
Oh. Does that get me there? Is that the
That'll
right
work.
spot?
Yep, that's
Okay.
in one of the squares.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry, this map is really weird because I want
It
to.
is.
I wish
drag
the actual grid was slightly darker so you could see.
Yeah.
My problem is like I can zoom in and out, but it won't let me drag it like to the side. Like how do I?
Yeah.
Like,
You
Click your mouse
the
wheel. And
Yeah,
then
click the mouse
drag it.
wheel and move.
oh, that's weird. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
That makes
Fantasy
this- my life
Grounds is
hard
a
to get
little weird when it
but
comes to
is
movement
so much
and stuff.
better now. Thank you. That was frustrating me as all hell.
Right, because if you left click, you move the
I
entire
was like
map.
trying to zoom in and out in the right places and stuff, and I was like, "This is fucking annoying."
There is also a directional pad at the bottom right that you can use to go up
Yeah.
and down, left and right.
That's what
You click on that, left click on that, and you can move around.
Oh.
But the mouse wheel is far easier just anywhere on the map.
Yeah,
Got
if you
it.
have a mouse wheel.
Cool. Okay. I'm back and engaged and less distracted.
Okay, Corey, Zost, Eden, you guys staying back there?
Eden's right next to this door. Can he put his hand on the door to feel if there's anything banging on it or any
Sure.
vibrations?
Make
You're
me a
the
perception
zombie
check.
clone.
Oh, what do I have to check?
Perception.
Perception. Okay.
Sorry, I would have been there. I got distracted during break. Sorry.
There we go. A 4.
You don't feel anything. Nothing seems to be going on back there.
All right.
It's like there's a very low, slow kind of thrum that's happening. So you think the ship's engine is still ticking over, but that's all you can tell.
That's good.
Okay, Tin Soldier. Let's go ahead and secure the bridge so that way we can get atmosphere put back on the ship.
Copy that.
Wait. Do you feel anything before you open up the door? Okay.
I believe that was the cocking of the rifle.
Oh,
That was the opening of the door.
No, he's gonna let Nibble do that.
Oh, of course. I will open the door. And then
All right.
squeeze into the corner to let the android walk through.
Okay. So, you
Pistol out.
Hit
My
the-
offhand.
you hit the door open, and the door slides back.
Aaron
The
goes through like rifle first.
okay, it's dark.
I have
Ghost is still-
superior vision.
Yeah,
We both have dark
Zeus is
vision.
still shedding some light out into the hallway. It's kind of reflecting off things a little oddly. Each of you has your little flashlights on your helmets, and so assuming you're doing this like Delta 6 style,
Yeah.
You take right,
Then-
I'll take left.
the door opens and you guys immediately move. Where are you moving to?
I'll just
Yeah,
go
I'm gonna
into
move.
the
I'm gonna
next
move up, and then once I
space
see
there.
where consoles are, if there's any threats, I will move to engage threats. If not, I'm finding the closest computer.
Okay, so you move there. Corey, you moving?
Yes, I will be here for. Oh well, I'll stay in the grid. Sorry. Yeah,
Okay,
ready to jump. I'm definitely keeping
so
an eye.
you're following right behind them, weapon drawn.
Yes.
All right. Well, as you get to the bridge, and you look around, door opens, everybody jumps in. One person looking one way, one person looking the other way, and you do in fact see that there are multiple bogies.
ooh.
Oh god! Oh,
I know I
God.
said their name numbered 20.
Danger!
so-
Danger! Danger! There's danger! Danger in the bridge! The bridge!
All right, everybody, roll me some initiative.
Oh boy! Got ourselves a regular zombie apocalypse.
I have not rolled a double digit on initiative yet.
Some,
There it is, 22.
or
13.
Oh, 26 and 20. Ah, no. What's his initiative bonus?
Holy crap.
What?
Oh, I'm just not gonna get a shot off
Why is that?
Much damage.
because of how fast they are.
Oh, you guys can see their init rolls now.
They're in order. Yeah, they tell us the order number.
okay. Oh.
What is their initiative bonus?
A metric photon.
I just want to know if I can get off
It's just
before
plus 6.
23.
It's
Oh,
just
plus-
platonic.
Okay, well, I do indeed
mocking
go
you, by the
third on this initiative list.
Okay. So, 21. Again, there seems to be fresh prey.
Oh no, no.
He comes diving down. There's a Nibbles.
Not
But hey,
Nibbles!
at least you're prepared.
I'm very prepared.
In fact, actually, let's see. I'm going to roll a D100.
Hoo-hoo-hoo.
No, that was not a D100. There we go. D100. If, we'll say 50 and up, you guys were successful in surprising them, and you'll get, your, I'll give you a full surprise round. 87.
Yes! We
So,
were ready to storm this
Because
bridge.
you were taking this seriously, you were doing it, strategically. So we're just going to skip through Nibbles.
All right. Nibbles is gonna flash as this creature. Is it like looking away from me, perhaps, or is it? What's it
As
doing
soon
when I
as
walk
someone
in?
steps through the door, its senses tingled and it starts looking at you.
Beautiful. I'm gonna try to flash it, even though it's got blind sense. So I'm gonna trick attack the computers next to it. +4 to this.
Okay, well, here's what I'll say. I'm giving you a full round. You can continue to move beyond the door and take up a different position in the room and then attack, or you can stop right there and attack.
Ooh, I can do that. Yes. Hold on. All right. Is the captain's chair elevated?
It's
Yeah, we
on a
gotta get
small.
used to the order of operations with Pathfinder.
Yeah,
It's
very
it's on a
very
small
crucial.
little elevated platform. It's not like it's
Nothing
not a
crazy.
throne or anything. But
It's a Klingon warship.
All right. In that case, I am going to sweep around towards the front and kind of duck behind this computer station. And then
Okay.
I will flash one of the screens at this guy and try to trick attack him. Computers +4.
go for it.
No trick attack,
Nope, no trick attack.
even though it's my best bonus. All right. Standard
Well, actually,
arc pistol.
Was
Yes.
that with the +4?
Oh, sorry. No. 23 with the +4.
That would be a success.
Ooh, so he is flat-footed to my arc pistol.
And
Okay.
see.
Let me see if I can. Well, that's a hit anyway.
All right, 23. And so he takes 1d6. So he takes 2 points of electrical
Electricity
damage and an additional 1 point of electric damage.
1 point.
That
All right.
is my turn. Moving down.
All right, Aridin.
So you hit Mr. 21 up there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't target him. Yeah, I was hitting 21.
Okay, 3
And-
points of damage to 21.
Yeah, I would have been looking this way then. So my shot's going to go into the one closest to me.
Okay, so you're targeting 26.
Yeah, where did my character sheet go? Oh, there it goes. Oh, it went behind that. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I'm going to. Where's my actions? There it is. Okay, and then that's a lot
That's a
to
hit.
hit.
That's a lot to hit.
That's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage, but it is not down.
I'm the Tin
all right.
Soldier.
And then I can 5-foot step after an attack.
Nope.
That's it.
Like I said, I will let you have moved somewhere else before you took that shot. But
Well, he
no,
hadn't taken his
you would have
movement,
just
right?
shot because there's 2 right there.
okay.
Can I use my movement to reload?
You already used your movement because you came into the door.
Oh, okay. Movement
Right.
into the room was our.
I
Gotcha.
got where your mind is at. Okay, my brain is on the same wavelength as yours now. Okay. Yes, no, he would have just shot. Or they would have just shot. So that's the end of my turn.
All right.
Oh,
Zost.
I gotta do the down arrow. Sorry.
All right. Zost is coming around the corner, seeing the doors open, going to start making his way into the room. And he's seeing Aridin 7 focusing to the right-hand side of that door. So he is going to target Akata number 26, and he's going to give it an old
Okay.
mind throw.
All right.
Now, does it get cover from spells, or is that just for like shooting?
I'm going to say not for that.
If you were to do like a ray of frost, I
Yeah.
would say yes. But this is like a
But a mind
targeted
thrust,
mind
no.
effect.
Gotcha. Okay, so I need him to roll me a wisdom saving throw to try and have this damage.
Oh, Lord. Okay. So Akata 26 needs a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, man.
Out of the box. Out of the box.
That is
Only
totally a
6
fail.
damage. Well, 6 damage.
And his brain explodes.
Oh.
Primarily
All
from the
right,
damage
all
dealt
right.
by the sniper rifle that passed through it earlier.
Most definitely.
But the follow-on, the follow-on mind thrust definitely finished it off.
Good.
You created the aneurysm, and Zost exploded it.
Anything else?
And he lets out a little shrill screech out in Sheeran. And I'll type that one.
All right. Corey, you're up.
Okay. So I don't know.
I speak Sheeran.
So do I.
So you will understand it.
Oh, that's cool how it does the translation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I can't see what it is.
and over the comms, you hear Nibbles. I agree.
So I see everyone looking towards the south of the room. So I'm gonna look to the north to make sure everyone's backs are covered. And I'm gonna see this guy. I'm gonna charge towards it and hopefully do something useful. Uh-oh.
Do it.
No!
Nice.
Yeah, see, I see an 18 and it showed a 4.
Yep. Don't
Oh,
push
yeah,
and
I
talk
saw
and roll.
18. Oh, that's bullshit.
So I didn't hit.
Nope,
Okay.
you did not hit.
Cool. I'm just here to get eaten now. This will be fun.
We've already been bitten once.
Yeah. What's the worst of getting, bit twice?
maybe it's like bee sting. Once you get hit, like you're done. You're immune.
I do believe that it might be double the babies in this particular vessel.
No, like twins or something?
Yeah.
I think there are twins forming in your abdomen.
Oh.
Don't you say that.
It makes you feel better. It grows more like in the place of your tongue and it bursts through your lower jaw, leaving you a walking void skeleton with a broken jaw where it
It turns
bursts
you-
free
That,
from your
I
body.
don't know in what world that makes
We
you
are
feel better
in-
about it.
We are currently engaged in battle. Please keep comms clear.
Let's go, Eden.
Okay, so I really don't like the idea of these things. These things are creepy and gross. I'll move over to there 25 feet. And it's this the Akuna Matata is covered, right?
Yeah, you cannot see them. You don't have line of sight to either one.
You'd have to be up in the northern side of that door to get partial visual on that guy.
But there is plenty of space.
I only have
There's
5
nothing but allies to move through.
I only have 5 feet of movement, so
Oh, never mind then.
yeah, and the one at the very bottom, that one's dead, right?
You could use your action or
No, the dead one's already gone.
Okay, I'll move 5 feet this way.
I'm gonna say you can't move like that because you'd have to go through the door and then through the wall.
Okay, so I'm kind of
They're basically blocking you.
You'd
in,
have to
unless
dash.
unless you double
can,
move.
You can double move, is what it's called in Starfinder.
yeah. I think I'll double move, but that means that I can't attack. But
Correct.
So
oh,
do you
well,
want to
okay.
get in a more advantageous position like by Nibbles?
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
We I forgot what species we are, but
Yosoki.
we Ahsoka's gotta stick together.
I think both of you need to take a step to the left, like a small move over to the left to be in a black square,
In the grid.
or to the right, depending on where you.
Whatever Ben
Yeah,
wants
there
to
we go.
put us. There we go.
I was just being helpful.
Yeah, they're trying to kind of like hide up underneath some of the desks and stuff. So
They're underneath the main
Good
console.
call. Oh, I love it.
This is funny. We got a couple of blasters hanging out, a couple of rat folk shooting shit.
anything else you want to do?
Is radfolk derogatory? That's it.
Don't you have any pride?
Your own.
All right, a Kata 21 with a creature right in front of it is totally going to attack.
You can miss me like I missed you. Make it even.
I could, but I've been rolling pretty well. That's going to hit.
Yeah, I think you've been rolling pretty well.
Dang, Akuna Matata has a ton of worries for us, man.
And now the other one.
Wait, I thought it was dead.
There were
There
three.
were 3 in the bridge.
Oh no!
Coming up to Aridin.
Damn.
Ooh.
24. Ouch.
Nibbles.
All right. You know what? Nibbles feels pretty comfortable from where he's at, so he's gonna try to flash that computer next to Akata 21 again, just to kind of blind his eye to Corey.
Go for it.
Ooh, 20 even. That's gonna be a miss.
Yeah, that's a miss.
All right. Straight up pistol attack then. Does a crit feel to you?
Nice.
I like it. Roll some good
All right,
damage.
here we go. Hey, there we go. 9 points of electricity damage to him.
Yeah, that's decent.
I I could arc the damage, but I'm not going to.
You could.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to kill Corey. So it'll arc harmlessly into the ground, like the metal grating that's below the Akata.
It'll arc the wall behind it.
Yeah, the computer that I've been just kind of buzzing. And that is my turn.
Aridin.
Aridin's going to put down their sniper rifle, pull out their tactical star knife, and full round attack this thing in front of it. So it's this one, right?
One hit, one miss. 4 points of damage, but I don't think you targeted it.
Oops, I did not.
Because the last one died.
So 4 points. Okay.
Fiend.
Zost.
Zoss is going to come up and around the captain's chair on this bridge, and he is going to pull out his semi-automatic pistol. I guess just aim it up and take a shot at this one to the south. Just a single attack.
That's a miss.
And that's off.
Corey.
Okay, we're gonna give this another go, but this time we're gonna do a full attack. And they're both just gonna.
You gotta quit clicking push to talk while you roll.
Round, baby, ride round, go round and you. Oh.
Push. Oh! I see 16 and 17.
Well, I got an 8 and a 17. So
That's one hit.
One hit, I'll take. Might be all I need.
It is all
And
you need.
once again,
Nice.
Hey.
I didn't know I could.
The Solarian doing work.
Nikita
I
Slayer.
feel like we have like a samurai here who's just like going around,
I'm enjoying
beheading
this.
these poor
Especially
animals.
after the last
All
fight
she
where I
needs
didn't
is
kill
one
a
hit.
single person.
The one-hit samurai.
I'm liking this a lot. No, for real though. Every time, okay, you're right. One hit samurai. Cool.
You know what?
I'm
This
with
sword is Miyushi's Witch Bolt.
Hey.
One cast and it dies afterwards.
Oh my gosh, that
That is
Learning
very
the
true.
power of what it feels like to be a Scary.
was for real. One hit wonder.
Eden.
Okay. Don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to. Edent is going to take out. I want to shoot another gun. Here we go. Eden is going to take out his scattergun. Can I use that? Yes.
Do you want to use the shotgun in here?
I was gonna say, I think a scattergun would actually hit Zost
Yeah.
and Aridin if you shot it.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll just take out my auto target rifle then. Actually, yeah, auto target rifle, and I'm going to try to shoot it.
That's a hit.
Hey.
Make sure you're targeting. Woo!
Hey.
All right.
There we go. And I'm going to stay right here because I don't know.
All right, Kai 23 is just going to keep at it. He doesn't really know what else to do. He's surrounded by enemies.
Miss, you son of a bitch. God damn it. Exactly what it needed to hit.
AC is so bad at this level.
Well, I haven't taken any wounds yet.
Nibbles.
All right. Nibbles, as part of its full attack action, I am allowed to move. So I will move to in between these two chairs and try to flash the computer to the left of that Akata. So here we go. That'll do it. 34.
That'll do
All right, so I get full tricky attack on this. All right, that's a 12 against touch.
12 against touch. You sure about that?
Yeah, they are flat-footed when I make my... if I succeed on my trick attack, they are flat-footed against my attacks.
Wasn't that what the other one?
Yeah, flat-footed is, well, anyway.
Sorry, I meant flat-footed, not touch.
Pretty sure it hits.
All right. So you get electrical damage. I should be targeting this guy. Hold on. Targeting. All right, 6 points of damage to him.
6 points of damage.
And then trick attack. For another 7.
And that's enough to kill it.
Sneak around the corner, and it's just like, I find a critical spot. And electrify its spine so it just can no longer control its being and collapses on the floor.
And it is dead.
Bridge is secure. Now you may banter.
I'm gonna come to the
And you
doorway
seem
while they do their thing. So I
attached to your abdomen.
can... Did you just finish your sentence?
Yep.
Gosh dang it!
Speaking in Sheeran takes a long time to get words out.
I'm going over to
I
the
will
door
pop-
to guard the door as they look at everything.
I will pop up from underneath the desk and start working on the computer. I will start by restoring atmosphere to the ship. Is there anything else you would like me to search for?
Didn't you say something about a captain's log you were looking for?
We can look for that.
You can search the cargo logs for the Yoxians transport.
Cargo logs and captain's logs as well as restoring. It will be up momentarily. So I'll go ahead and start with restoring atmosphere, then to cargo logs, and then to captain's logs.
Okay, so now that you guys are paying attention to the room around you, a wide, transparent aluminum window stretches across the forward wall of this control room. Twinkling lights in the distance are all that can be seen of Absalom Station and the ships of the Armada surrounding it. So there are 4 stations equipped with consoles and controls for operating most of the ship's systems. And you're trying to access and re-engage the different systems.
That is correct.
Okay, I need you to make me a computers check.
All right.
As Nibbles is doing that, can we close the door behind us?
Sure.
Yep, close it.
20 to reinstore life systems.
All right. So you are able to basically spin up the engine, restore normal functioning to almost all the systems. Actually, to all the systems. And if you so choose, you can begin to repressurize the ship.
I will repressurize. And I hit on the keyboard. Repressurize. Enter.
All right. And a timer shows up saying, ship repressurization progress. And there's a little countdown. And it starts at basically a minute. And
This is on Absalon 95. This will take a minute, everyone.
But you hear, or you can see, like gases being vented from different vents around, the bridge, and you watch on the control screen as like the percent oxygen slowly starts to climb, the interior pressure of the ship slowly starts to climb, and after about a minute, uh, it says repressurization successful.
And as I see that it's 100%, I will lift my lid momentarily. Everyone, the ship is now fully operational, at least as far as life support is concerned. You may remove your lids.
Can you scan for any additional life forms on board?
Yes, I
You don't
can.
actually have the functionality to scan within the ship.
I can't.
What you can do is from the control station, you can access different cameras and things around the ship. It's not like there's really security cameras exactly, but there are a
Parking
few
cameras?
just like observation cameras. And you can
Backup
turn the
camera.
lights on and off, that kind of stuff.
I suggest we close this door and take a rest and recover our stamina.
That is true.
I drag my little rat finger across a slide at the console and close the door behind Aerodin and Core.
They already closed it.
I open it and reclose it.
Fair enough.
Power.
I'm power hungry at the helm of a ship. I'm sorry. All right.
As you're navigating the computer systems, you find like basically door controls for all the different doors on the ship, lighting controls, uh, life systems controls, so you can turn temperature settings to different levels. I mean, within reason, you can't like turn it to sub-zero or boiling. Uh, you are able to find some of the stuff like cargo manifests and whatnot, but there seems to be some secured files that you are not getting access to.
I would like to attempt to gain access to the secure files. Is anybody else handy with a computer that might be able to assist me in this coding, in hacking the system?
What would that be under?
Yeah, what check is that?
Computers.
Um,
I know a thing or two about engineering, but nothing about computers.
I know a lot. The same here. I know what a computer looks like.
All right, Nibbles cracks her fingers. Fine. Flying solo like usual. All right, let's do this. I'm going to attempt to hack the computer.
I feel like she's disappointed in us a little bit.
Extremely disappointed. Do I get any kind of bonus for being an ace pilot?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I'm going to attempt to hack these computers.
Go ahead.
23.
Jeez.
Okay. So you start carefully kind of, exploring these different locked files, looking for different information that might be useful. And it takes you a good solid minute or two, but you think you've pulled together enough information to have a decent idea of what the captain's passwords might be. And you know, being that you are a hacker, you have some routines and some knowledge about how you can do this. And you begin to crack into these files, and you notice it's like there were some countermeasures that have been put in place to protect this stuff. You're able to bypass that. And once you you get to the main access panels and are able to begin unlocking the secure data. Now, you have found the kind of locked within the locked box. So you need a second computer's check.
Lick my lips. Now that I've got my lid open, I take out a chocolate bar, put it in my teeth, stick my tongue out on the other side and start trying to secondary hack.
You're not
this
carrying the
computer.
chocolate bar around in your cheek pouches?
I am. I pulled it out of my cheek
She
pouch and
ain't
put it in my
bowing
teeth.
during the
okay.
battle.
Is there any sort of Starfinder equivalent to assisting on this sort of role that we
Yeah.
can do?
You can help if you have computers.
I do not.
Yeah, I think you have to be proficient in it.
You have to be
right?
proficient to 8, yes.
Or like you have to have. Do you have to? Do you just have to have
A point.
ranks
You have to
in
have a
it?
point in it. A rank, yes.
Just
You have to have
one
rank in
rank
it.
in it. right?
Oh, wait. So if I have a +1 and it's red, does that?
That means you don't have any ranks in it.
Oh, okay, never.
Hang on just one second.
Oh wait, no, I have a lot of things that are red, but some that aren't. don't know what the
Red
rank means.
is either a non-class skill or no points in it, I believe.
No, because my medicine is red, but it's a class skill. But I have no ranks in it, so that's why it's red.
I believe so, because
All my
No.
zeros are red.
No, my diplomacy is in white, but I don't have anything in that.
yeah, my
Oh.
my disguise is
Okay.
white, but it's a class skill for me, but I don't have any points in it.
So, Aridin, you do not have any ranks in computers. It's not a class skill for you.
Nobody has ranks in computers.
We were just trying to
but me.
figure out why certain things have this red and certain ones don't.
Well,
Couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, like my life sciences and mysticism is red, and everything else is white.
Yeah, like my mysticism is red, but my perception is white.
Yeah, I have mysticism red.
I don't really know.
Eh,
All right,
who cares?
going solo at the computers again.
You can do it, Nibbles. We believe in you.
18.
Nibbles, why?
That's really high.
I do
So you
have
managed
I
to-
do have a computer. Does that
Yeah,
add
he's
anything to my
fucking up.
hacking? Oh wait! I have a hacking kit. Hold on, that does something. Hold on. Oh, it's just required for computer checks. Okay. Oh, maybe that's what it is. If you don't have the associated kit that goes with that skill, then it's red. Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Does a computer help with hacking? No, doesn't look like it does. It just means that I can access information. All right, so I have the kit that allows me to hack, but it doesn't add anything. So 18 is my total.
Okay. So you've managed to bypass the initial security measures and get to this, firewalled data storage. Unfortunately, you are not able to access this, and it locks down the system. So, actually, hang on just a second. I may be misreading that.
Uh-oh.
Better hurry and put your helmets back on, guys.
Did you try the password? Sometimes people hate
That's what I used to get in, but unfortunately they had a biometric code for the second level, and I couldn't bypass that.
So that's
Okay, so
obviously password.
You were unsuccessful in getting in, and you feel like you only have a limited number of failures before the system is going to lock you out.
Does by chance anyone have guidance or some form of magical means of aiding me?
There's a helpful pat on the back.
I know
You're gonna do great, kid.
I'm surely I can roll
Have
better
more
than a
faith
5.
in yourself.
If only I was level 5, then I could have bypassed that barricade. Anyway, I will attempt again, and I will try a new set of codes in order to bypass this this lockdown that I have upon myself.
Go for it.
1, 2, 3.
27.
Oh.
I knew it was. You were right. It was password 123.
The
So-
strongest password.
As you try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it turns out that that was the magic code.
It's
You have,
amazing. I have the same password for my luggage.
Oh God.
you have successfully bypassed the secondary firewall, and you have accessed the Acreon's logs.
I put them up on the main screen so everyone else can see them.
And while all this has been going on, if any of you were, exploring the bridge, you have
Most
noticed that there is quite a bit of these interesting shards of some sort of metallic material that are kind of scattered throughout. And anyone who has life sciences can make a check on them. Thus, you're not able to identify it directly, but given the success you had on your check on the Akatas, you think there's a possibility that this stuff may be what the Akata cocoons are made out of. And if you remember properly, that stuff's supposed to be valuable.
Does this look to be a harvestable amount, or is this like an overbearing quantity?
No, this it is considered to have about 3 bulk, which would be about 15 pounds.
All right. Yeah, I'll start scooping some of this good stuff up. This cocoon mermaid.
All right. So,
Then look at the spy bot that's watching us.
it's just floating around, observing things. So, as you're collecting up this material, and Nibbles is working on the computers, he finds the logs for the ship, and here is what the logs say.
The logs say something like this.
Captain's log, stardate AR-17-42. We have come across an interesting asteroid in the drift. We have never really seen its like. We did a little bit of exploration, and there were some interesting geodes on the surface. We've collected some of them and brought them back to the ship for further study, and we've harnessed the drift rock and bringing it back. This could be a great find for us. Next captain's log. We've come under attack from some sort of monster that's hatched out of these geodes we brought back to the ship. I don't know what the hell they are, but they've killed some of my crew members. And, oh God, there's something else that's come from the rock. I don't know. We're getting overwhelmed. I don't know what else to do. We're going to open the ship to vacuum. Maybe that'll slow them down. And then the last entry was actually recorded in engineering. And it shows the captain in his spacesuit. Purging the air didn't work. I've set the autopilot to continue on to Absalom Station, but we're abandoning ship. We'll fall back to the rock and try to regroup there. Acreon out.
Well, they're dead.
Fall back to the rock? If it came from the rock, why would they retreat back to the rock? That makes no sense.
It doesn't. Maybe they
I mean, would you rather stay on ship with a monster?
With you and Arodin, I would much rather stay on the ship than go to the rock.
That's fair, but they didn't have us, did they?
Apparently not.
This was all recorded. It was video recorded, right?
Yes.
Did they look? Did the captain look sick or just
Just worried.
worried? So there.
And in the first entry, he looked perfectly healthy
Yeah.
when he was just talking about the geodes that they'd found.
But it's more like stress and not anything to do with physical health, right?
From what you can tell, yeah.
I vote that they're dead, and we should just do it like that because whatever is on the rock probably killed them.
But if you're right about that, it's going to be more competitive on the rock then. If they rise up as zombies due to these things, due to the void death, we'll have the crew to fight as well.
Oh yes. Does it say how many crews were on here?
If you go digging through the records, there was a crew of about 7.
There are about 7 crew members that were aboard this vessel.
Are there any cameras on the rocks?
I believe
There
we
are no
have
cameras on the rock.
cameras just on the starboard and port sides for maneuvering. Nothing directly on the rock.
There are a couple of interior cameras. One seems to be just to keep an eye on the engine core, and one is in the galley.
Nipples, is there any sort of release for the rock from here? In case we need to leave in a hurry.
I'll have to see if this ship is fully functioning. I'll have to double check the core and the engines. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to have a release for the asteroid. Let me check. And I start checking the computer.
If we do have to release the space rock, shouldn't we release it in a place where it could crash down into somewhere where it can't really hurt anyone?
Like throw it into the sun.
And throw it into a sun, yes, into a star.
Right, but that is not our place to say. That is for the controlling corporations to determine. For now, we are to clear the ship.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I'm just
the
saying.
the ship and the rock are not actually traveling. They're pretty well stationary.
Stationary right now.
We have no momentum to move either device.
And there is no like automatic release of the cables. You figure that you guys could probably get back to the cables and figure out a way to release them, but there's not like a button that would just cut them loose.
No release.
It would require a spacewalk in order to detach the cables. Highly dangerous, to say the least. Is the ship functional enough to fly, or is it just life supports at the moment?
You think the ship could be, navigated if necessary, but it is not like the engine is not really spun up. Haven't done any diagnostic checks on it, that kind of thing. You've just returned power to most of the systems.
I'll see what kind of
including
routine checks I do.
communications.
Communications are up?
Yes.
Well, we have communications back to Absalom Station available to us, but the engines are not spooled at the moment. It would require more effort and a more thorough investigation. I don't know if these kata creatures, if they feed on power cables like some other creatures in the diaspora. That might...
But before you go readying up an escape vessel for whatever this monster is, let's check out the rest of the ship first, just to be safe.
I agree.
We were tasked for the Eoxian cargo, correct?
Yes.
So we have the cargo bay to the port and the cargo bay to the starboard that we can check out.
And the third in the rear.
There's a third cargo bay?
Yes, look at the schematic you sent us.
I'm looking. I see nothing but engines.
On either side of the engine and just beyond this wall.
There's all those computers and stuff.
Oh, no, yeah, that's the engineering bay. Yes.
The
So
other side of this.
Oh, right here, right
Yeah.
over here.
Front of the ship. Opposite the doors.
yeah, so there are
Oh.
3 rooms with kind of the brownish, diamond pattern plating. The one closest to the bridge is a small storage room, and the bigger ones to the back are the cargo bays.
So there's a storage room and 2 cargo bays. If it is as important as I think it is, it would be closer to the captain than it would be with general cargo.
And I'm going to assume you've brought the lights up around the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to get rid of the 30-foot.
And we have artificial gravity on the ship, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we should be able to maneuver through the ship as normal. If there were 7 crew members and we've taken out 5 of these Akatas, there could be potentially 3 more.
Well, they
somewhere
don't
on the
turn
ship.
into Akatas, they turn into zombies, right?
The zombies ain't
The
that
people become mere shells in which the larvae grow. And when the larvae are ready, they burst free from a sac about near your tongue region, breaking free from the lower jaw and sprouting to look more like one of those things. And he points down at the beasts on the floor,
Oh, so you're saying, okay, so they're
leaving the
good.
corpse behind as
This-
a zombie.
This really makes me wonder what all Ryan's been reading.
A lot of Lovecraftian horror.
That's the void dead stuff.
You said that there were cameras here, but not security cameras?
There is a closed circuit camera on the power core that provides the captain information on that. And
And then on the galley.
and in the galley. Probably because the captain doesn't trust his crew to not steal food in the middle of the night.
That is true.
That is a nasty looking zombie.
It does. I don't want to go anywhere near it.
Love it. Let's go investigate some more.
Have we finished our rest?
Yeah, you guys have easily taken a 10-minute rest to recoup your stamina. You remember on your character sheet you have to spend a resolve point to recover
Well,
your.
Yeah, but we have to wait until you say so, right?
I'm more than willing to grant you a 10-minute rest here.
All right. So do I do that stab or stam?
Stamp. Stab is for stabilize.
Done. Okay. Yes. Arrowed in, feeling rejuvenated. Will lead
Now.
the way to the investigation.
Is
of the rest of the
Corey
ship.
taking their 10
Now there are
minutes?
3 of you as you've slowed down and started to take this rest. I'm going to need you to make fortitude saves.
Shit.
You didn't tell us anything about this, Doctor.
Quick question. Is this to say, like, translated into 5e, this is essentially a constitution check, right?
Yes.
Right. Do I get a bonus for being an android?
So
You get a
bad at
+2, but
that.
Total
I
of
don't know.
12.
I don't know if that's already worked into yours or not.
It's not.
Is it?
That's my normal fortitude save is +5.
Okay.
Okay, so I do the +4. God.
So you got a 12.
Hopefully that's good enough.
So
18.
Oh, you're all right.
Thank
Okay.
God.
and then Clore whenever she gets back.
I'm so bad at constitution saving throws. Or just whatever.
So
Okay, where's that? What am I rolling? Sorry.
Save.
on the main,
Uh-huh.
underneath where your armor class stuff is, you should see fortitude, reflex, and will. The fortitude save.
And, 18.
What? I saw it too.
I saw it too as well.
All right. So
So, Amanda, we took a 10-minute rest. So, if you want to use one of your stamina points then you can regain your
That gets
Resolve
rid of
points.
all my
sorry
fatigue.
resolve points to regain your stamina points.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, guys. Thank you.
Okay. So, none of you seem to feel any worse.
That's good.
And there you go.
All right. Well, Aerodin will lead the way on the investigation mission. He's going to put the sniper rifle on his back, and he's going to lead with his semi-automatic pistol, his
Well,
tactical
actually,
pistol.
before we get too much further, where it's almost 10 o'clock, I think this is probably a good place to call it an evening.
Because
You know,
the first
I-
door we open is
In
going to
my
be a
heart,
combat.
or like in my head, I know you're right, but in my heart, I'm like, let's keep going.
Oh, I'd like to keep going too, but I actually have to go back to work for the first time in like a week and a half tomorrow, so I should probably go to bed.
All right. Well, when you put it that way,
Exhaust, is there any way we can help these people that are injured the next time that they rest?
Keep your weapons close to you.
So I can shoot them if they don't make their save.
Wow, if that's the way that you see your compatriots within the Starfinder Academy, I grow concerned.
You're the one who brought it up. I was asking if we could provide medical attention to them in order to help
Yeah,
them
Them
heal
safe
these
so they
diseases.
can. It
They
takes
don't-
time for them to heal. They need to stay safe in the meantime. My
Medical
goodness.
attention if they're dead.
So,
You
weapons
could,
at the ready.
I believe you could make a medicine check and grant them a
We can
bonus to
do
their saving throw.
long-term care, yes. In case Ryan didn't know. We can treat disease. As long as you have a medicine kit. Takes 10 minutes,
Yeah,
requires
treat
a med
disease.
kit.
but it's
Yeah.
not a disease.
Medkit did not help with that, but a
it's
med
also-
patch can.
It's
I got
also
a
not a
med patch.
disease,
It's almost
right?
failed.
No, you
It's
guys,
a literal live creature.
it
But
is
mechanically, it
counted
functions
as a disease. So yes, someone who is trained in medicine can treat disease. It takes 10 minutes, requires a med kit, a medical lab, or a med bay. And when the person makes their attempt to save against the disease, they get a +4 bonus to the saving throw.
Does our doctor have a med kit?
If
I
not,
do
we'll
have a
retcon
med
it so
kit.
that he does.
But I have a med patch as well, which would fix it.
So med
The
patch.
med kit can only treat deadly wounds, but the med patch can treat disease.
So the med patch is for people that are not skilled in medicine to give them a +10 to their medicine check to get the +4 bonus. If you are
So
trained in
if
medicine,
they need the patch, because they would be making the save.
right? But if you have a med kit, you can use it to do treat disease if you're trained in medicine.
A DC 25 medicine check to treat deadly wounds.
Right, but if you
You
go,
need an
if you,
advanced med kit, which costs 2,700 to try and treat diseases, poisons, and all that good stuff.
hey, just because it's a
Owned.
25,
Here, I'm trying to look up the med kit stuff real quick.
I got it right here. For the medicine skill, treat deadly wound. If you go to the medicine skill and you go to treat disease, if you have a med kit,
Yep.
then you can attempt the DC of 25 in order to give them a bonus. So we could.
They put that on the med kit.
It's not on the med kit. Well, because it's like if you're not trained in medicine, you can still use the med kit to try to make the check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to look at what the med kit actually says.
The
Med
med
kit
kit is
doesn't mention that at
specifically
Okay.
deadly wounds.
Basic med kit.
We can give them a bonus by treating them.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah,
trained in
treat
medicine,
it.
right?
Yes.
All right. I'm also trained in medicine, so together we can patch these guys up, and I can aid. Either you can aid me, or I can aid you in treating these guys because I've got a med kit.
Treat one, I treat the other.
Or we can treat
But
treat
we
you
don't
separately.
have
And
to
whichever one dies apparently had the
do, we
worst
should,
doc.
we should do that after we're done fighting all these things, right?
Okay, so
No
here's
point
the
in
way.
using
Yeah.
Here's the way I'm reading it, and I'm going to rule on it. Is that anyone who's trained in medicine, if they have a med kit, can do first aid, treat deadly wounds, treat disease, and treat drugs or poison.
Can't we just like go to the hospital when we get back?
Oh,
You can
I'm
also do that.
pretty
If you
innocent.
make it back.
Oh, shit.
Uh,
Whoops.
the basic med kit says it allows you to attempt a DC 25 medicine check to treat deadly wounds. The advanced med kit makes that a DC 20 to treat deadly wounds, and you gain a +2 bonus to medicine checks to treat drugs, diseases, and poisons. Additionally, you can use it to set up long-term care.
Right. So the advanced kit gives you a bonus to make the check to treat the people, but a basic one
Right.
allows you to make the higher
Right, that's-
DC check. To
That's
treat
what
people.
I'm ruling.
Right. So we would have to make a DC 25 to give them a +4 bonus on their fortitude save on the next disease check. Which I can
Actually,
make.
no, it's
Damn it, Rachel! I can't ever see the Buccaneers as the Buckaroos.
What
Yeah,
we're saying is
welcome.
it is not.
there's no point in curing the disease if we're going to keep facing off more of these Ikatas
No, I agree.
until we're done with the Ikatas.
Right.
No,
And-
I agree with that. I'm just saying we can do
And
it.
for the record, it is not a DC 25 to treat disease.
Oh, it's not?
The
It's
The
just a
DC
serious injury, right?
the DC to treat disease is the DC of the disease.
Oh. Well, that's easy, though.
What the hell's a buckaroo?
Because treat deadly wounds is trying to restore hit points, which is why it's a much harder.
You would think
harder
treating
DC.
disease would be better than treating wounds.
Basically, for treat disease, it's just you're trying to give them some like antibiotics or anti-inflammatories or something that the med kit's going to have that will help them try to help their bodies try to recover.
We should be able to accomplish that then, if we need to.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed your first real session of Starfinder.
It was a lot of fun.
It did. That was a lot of fun.
I want to play more.
You've been looking forward to
Play
it.
more.
And we will definitely continue to try to play more.
Nice.
I said, I don't know how to work it into the rotation of everything else that's going on, but I
think
I
we're-
definitely can't do it every week. Not that I think we would even try.
No, I think we're taking a hiatus from Pirates right now, so it's probably going to be Starfinder and then Misthaven.
Okay.
So it'll be Misthaven next week and then Starfinder.
Okay. Well, hopefully I can manage to do every other week.
If not, just let us know.
Well, obviously holidays are going to be interesting.
Oh
even though,
yeah. I'm probably going to be out.
even
for
though these
holidays.
holidays, I'm not likely to be traveling much. So,
Mm-mm.
but all right.
I think
Well,
Good
guys,
session, Ben.
it's been fun, and we will check up with you guys later.
I like our little group dynamic.
I want to get into some more RP since I was out half the
I
session.
know.
We didn't do a ton of it beforehand, so you're good.
Because I've got this whole vocal modulation thing in 12 languages. I want to try it out.
There's lots of setup.
Yeah, we're just trying to lay the groundwork and get you guys on an adventure. Well, there will be plenty of opportunity for RP as we continue.
I can't wait for RP. That's my favorite part of D&D.
All right.
All right,
Good night,
everybody.
everyone.
Night, everybody, and I'm going to go ahead and close it all up.